I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Reigniting Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Reigniting Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Man. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your morning. Looking forward to a great time with you today. We're going to discuss some key topics today. Cavaliers, 6 finals in 1 year. Girls still unpaid. Question being asked as according to my reports, some of our female footballers are yet to see any funds from the Jamaica Football Federation. What we want to know is it that the monies are unpaid, or is it that it has not yet showed up in their account? All right. We also want to discuss the U20's because we weren't able to do that yesterday as we were invaded by someone from out of space. And he just took the discussion from one stratosphere to the other, right? Moved it on the Richter scale like an earthquake. And we will not allow that one to come and shift the discussion today. He may join, he may call, but we put up a strong fight against that one. We shall not call his name, but we are not enemies. For those of you who think we are enemies, we are not. He's my friend, and I have to put him under some serious restraints at this point, or else he will do damage to himself. All right, but bless up again. Welcome to the platform. Big up Tennessee Lewis. Hey Tennessee, you look like your super chat and super sticker now work, you and Jason, long time I don't see any of them things from anyone, or even Mr. Triple E who is in the building. Bless up to you too. Man like Kevin Williams, they say he has the bounty killer voice. Have you ever heard him called Mr. United? I think you need to change your name, man. That United thing not going on too well. Mr. United, You and Rob Smith are good people. And that's, why it one always? It's like both of you look for each other to quarrel with each other, my brother. Come on, man. Let peace reign. Rob Smith. And where is Rob? I bet you when Rob step into this chat, somehow he and Mr. United are going to find a way to get into an argument. I don't know why, but they always seem to find a way to get into some sort of an argument. Big up to man like Balakar. I see another United fan there. United actually has an opportunity to win a game today. I think they play in the cup. Is it against Blackburn Rovers? And if they can't win that, then the hog must go back to the sty. You understand me? That would be my suggestion to the United fans. If you can't win today, you get knocked out of the cup, the hog should go back to the sty. That is my humble opinion. All right. Mr. Carl Wallace, not Mr. Kyle Wallace. Big up yourself. You understand me? Mr. Carl Wallace, always, I mean, he sends some very yeah, they play. They play Newcastle B. Sorry, they play Newcastle B. Yeah, very lengthy text that always seeks to inform and bring clarity to many matters, as he would say on the program. Big up yourself. He is the father of one, Mr. Kyle Wallace. All right, notice the distinction in the names. All right. But yeah, first, one of the other things we want to do is to pay respect to the Most High God, the one who created the heavens and the earth, the one who made us and give us life and our beings. We look to him from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from him, for he has made the heavens and he has made the earth. All right, we were able to distribute some more of our soccer boots yesterday to a school called Steertown Primary and Junior High, right? And we got this, but this is not just a management. Big up S Technique Skip Donovan McCrowder 1-17-38 straight. Them rob we out, but we still there here. Better next year because we use the under 16 team. Big up to everybody. A man in Zeno, you don't know we out this year because we're gonna win it all next year. We kind of had not high expectation because we know we had a young team. So people look out. You understand me? Triple E up. Man in Zeno, what true about the super chat and the PayPal would be better. Zell. Tennessee, we are talking about Zell, man. First time since 2020 a Jamaican club has qualified for the CONCACAF Club Championship. Yeah, man. Big up, Simon Preston. You understand me? Mr. United, you have a brown paper bag on your head. Man, you no look good at all, brother. How about you now will face the loser of the Mocha Robin Hood encounter in the third, yeah. But just to let people know that Mocha won the first game. And if they win the second game, it means that they would get the final leg at home. Cavaliers actually defeated them by 3-0 when they played. They were in the same group. That was a game that Shaquille Thomas scored a hat-trick. All right. And how about you will play Robin Hood? To see if they can also qualify. Because if they finish in third, they qualify for the CONCACAF Championship as well. Yep. Tyrone Williams, blessings to you. All right, big up. Thank you, Simon. Now, so we got this from this school. It says, good morning, Sir Manning's man. All right, but when you hear this, it is for all the, I am sure, subscribers, viewers, all right? We have to give credit to who credit is due. People like Freddie Butler, who help us with some of these booths and things. Ruth and Mitchell as well. And many other persons who, when we say we want to give back to kids, they send us these things and we are able to give. Also to Valio Academy, that is Emilio and Carlton, you know him as Battlehead. They also help us in these things. So we are able to be a blessing to some of these youngsters. So this says, on behalf of the Steertown Primary Football Team, We would like to express our deepest gratitude for sponsoring us with the football shoes and ball. Your generous support has made a significant difference in the lives of our players and has further fueled their passion for the sport. Once again, thank you for your invaluable support. We are truly honored to have you as a sponsor and look forward to a successful season. So these are the things that we do, you know. A teacher saw me and said, listen, when we get in the cleats, because the kids are the playing barefoot, bare feet, however you want to do it. So we made sure that though we could not be there because we're not doing this for photo shoots and photoshops and pictures and videos, we just want to do it. All right. We also did some back to school thing, but some of those things we can't disclose. We want to reveal the identity. We want to conceal the identity of some of the kids because some of the situations that they are in while we have to help them, we can't expose that. So we several of them, we're helping with uniforms and school shoes and from things like T-squares and set squares and textbooks and notebooks and bags and all kind of things, right? Because at the end of the day, it can't be, we're an armchair fan, we're an armchair coaches. We have to make tangible difference in people's life. You understand me? We have to make tangible difference in people's life. At the end of the day, I don't have a problem with talking, but actions speak louder than words. And people need to see us back what we say with our actions. A lot of us are in positions where we can help with just a little thing, but it causes significant impact. And every day that I'm on this platform, I'm going to encourage you. While you have a right to criticize, while you have a right to quarrel, try and make a difference. Give back. Give back. Help somebody to be better. If you have 2 dumplings, share 1. Give back to people. Help make Jamaica a better place. Don't wait for Andrew Hollis and Mark Golding. Make football better in Jamaica. Don't wait for Raymond Anderson. Don't wait on Michael Ricketts. Do what you can. You have a football over there where your kids want to throw away. Some other youth need it. Let us make a difference. Not just with our talking, but with our action. That me depend. Me really. Here's the thing. People can criticize me now, but here's what I know. You see, when you go around and you ask, anywhere I've been, people will tell you, no man, this man always, I find a way to give back. Every community that I've been connected to across Jamaica. And we have a lot more things we're doing. You understand me? Want to say big up to Marcus Gill. We have a big thing where Brentford is concerned with Marcus Gill in Jamaica in January. A big thing. We want to make an impact, you know. We don't want to just talk. And talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Big up. Man, say not sharing dumpling, boss. Understand? Understood. You understand me? Hey, yeah, man. You're not insignificant, man. You come Jamaica, man. Go Target and Walmart, man. Buy two boots. Size 4 and 5 and give to 2 kids, man. I'm telling that. You ask the people them. And man is man. And I tell you from long time, people. Because remember, I was a youth. That's why I tell you, like, Ryan. I know Ryan family and Shamar Nicholson family, You can ask them, I'm from a little youth, in a university, through a Rose program, we are going to inner city, every inner city community. I do early childhood stimulation. I work with inner city parents to help them to be able to start early childhood stimulation and education of them kids from in them home. I tell her that, And then we start now by, when we get connected to the church, start going to minister in Tivoli, in Denham Town, in Rima, in Trench Town, in Jungle, and bring those people to the church, Them time the fatherless crew thing just emerge, you know. And we sit down at the park and talk to them every Sunday, Bible studies, you know. So the prodigal sons, them and all of them people there. Those are the things we want to do. We ever have to make difference. Whitehall know that. Waterloo know that. The pride people, them know that wherever we go, the little that we can, we do it to make a difference in people's life. And if all of us do a little, Jamaica will be better. So the man them from Grand Spend, help the Grand Spend people. Man them from Barbican, help the Barbican people. Don't give them the money, you know. You kind of have to give money, you know. But send some ball, man. Just when you reach, you go to the ball ground where you see man play ball and throw 2 balls over there. That means nobody can sell it. They have to start playing with it. You go to the little school there, so. And the little school there, so. And when you see the kids them a PE, you talk to the principal, them love them thing there. They love those things. You understand? I'm going to show you a video right now of what the Grenadian big up to Aesthetic Skip for the super sticker. Yeah. Big up real all baller, because I know you're real. You see people, some of the man them can't even tell you some of the things that some of the people do, you know. Because like a real all baller, you know, the programs they make him start give back to Jamaica, you know. You see one of them Gunners boss, the man they give back to Charlie Simmons, you know, because him used to operate in the jungle space, that's you know. That's what we need, you know. That's what we need. And again, me not tell you to give people money in them time, because some of the times the people them get the money and them the things that them not supposed to do. Give them the sporting equipment them. Get some shots. Get 6 shots and 6 top. Them they're cheap. You can all go all of the Dollar Tree and all of them thing there. Dollar General. And sometimes them have all some nice shorts and shirt in their jersey that you can come and give some youth, you know. All of we can make a difference, man. Me know you think you don't really have it, you know. But if you really see what some people live on, you know, you realize that you're blessed, you know. Me don't know if you realize. Sometimes all the money with their friend. Yet me and you know, say some things are waste of foreign. If I yard them there, man would make much of them. And I know some people are yard them. I talk to the yard people them, you know. Okay, I say the people them are yard. Someone know if you understand, say. You see the people them giving you things, and this them are this, you know. But them are try help. Because someone who want brand new thing, who want a 22,000 boots. Sometimes you have to work your way up to that. Go and work with a 6,000 Joma right now. Until you can afford to buy a $30,000 boots. Say, my man come give you a $6,000 boots. Man come talk about, oh, we are get this. Man, I wear them a thing here. Go about your business, but you don't wear them a thing here. I beg you want to go beg people to go, but you don't wear them a thing. Someone of you humble yourself and receive help. Receive help and humble yourself. When in the family, them send a look a barrel with a thing there. And that they can't afford. Them have work too hard over there. Them have mortgage to pay. Them have car payment. Or them have rent to pay and car payment. And them try struggle and save up. Look at money. You understand me? Because them have to steal. All of them are sending the barrel for Christmas. Them still have to save some money because next thing you're going to want money in January too. And somebody are going to sick. And somebody are going to a funeral. So them have to always put up some money for that. So when them send the barrel, them are do their best to help you. Nobody affect the people them. And say I rob you if you rob them and take with them money. The people them are here. Who me I talk to? Because some are ungrateful, you know. Some are take with the people them giving and dash it to you know, because this them are this you know. And pay attention to the struggle of the people that I got you. Real talk, me I go there before me get into the content, people. Chamdek, you can't tell me about that Bible, you know. You can't tell me about Bible. Not tell me about, no make we have a discussion there. No misquote and misrepresenting. All right? So not tell me about that. We not ask for donation. But anytime we do anything, we have to be transparent. Because we don't want people like you who always have a problem with me, people like you, Champ Deck, who always have a problem with me, you are one of the reasons why we do this. You know why? Because you are one of the person who always have negative to say about me. So know that. Anything we do transparent and we make people know. So in December, you go sweep on the street. Every year we do that. And we do it on video. We do it clear. Guess what we do? Boxing Day, we no cook our yard. We go buy KFC and give to street people. And we make it clear so we do that. We not hide and do it. And a few boots them. So we not hide and do it. Anybody we argue, we make them know straight up before we put it on video. So listen, we want to be transparent to the people them. So we are going to do this. And if them don't want it that way, we give it to somebody else. We not hide and do nothing. So are people like you who always have a problem. Always have a problem. No matter what we do and say, you have a problem. So are people like you, we are make sure you see this and know this. Many things we do, but people like you not going to know, but other people know. So the things that are supposed to be hidden, they are hidden. Know that. Big up yourself. Yeah, that's that me. Big up yourself. All right? For you and full, bless up yourself. Then over my crowd, you know it go already, you know, man. You understand me? All day. Champ Deck, I'm going to beat you like a slave. Yo, Champ Deck. Hey, you see your Champ Deck? Motel. People, you see Champ Deck now. You have some of the people that, you see, anytime we show them done, them man, hey, them beat me. Them go up on the YouTube and make some comment. Some of you go beat you now. Ease yourself, man. We are brethren still, but you don't know. We have to do what we need to do. No, man, listen. All right, Levan, big up yourself, you know. You know, Titus, bless up yourself. People, hey, you know, say me and the subscribers, them know. Me like banter people, you know. So if you understand, sometimes I banter them, you know. Cause them love banter me, you know. Cause honestly, some of them not really, like, when them see me, them yell me, you know. And I really like some of the people, them like, hate you and them want. Some people may, but some of them still are it's just a social media purpose. Big up Champ Deck. But it's always important that when you take things from one man and you say you're going to do it, you let the man know that you're doing it. And people must know where you're getting stuff from, because people must not take it for granted. I'll give you an example. All right? I work with a major organization to do major, big time. Like, for host this, it is like 10,000 with accommodation, food, and lessons and everything. 10,000 US per person. Well, per couple. So there were 13 couples, right? And I was a facilitator over this weekend, from Friday, from Friday to Sunday. That is why you never saw me really on anything, right? Sunday evening. So minimum cost is 10,000 per couple. And you know one of the things I said to the people, in a free, no, it's just that you who attend and never have to pay for it. You say Jamaican people, only if you understand that things not free, it's just that somebody else pays for it so you can enjoy it. And we must be grateful. Right? We need to let people know sometimes. So when I go to a school, I have to say to people, listen, I said to kids, so I go to this school and I said to them, I am going to give you some brand new cleats. You see the old one you have, give them to me so that we can give it to somebody who play barefoot. Because here's what, you see the youth in the States, where send film won't come give you, because in club I give him one, you know. So if he's giving you, then you can give yours away because you get a new one. We have to teach we youth them that. And me teach my youth them that, you know. My youth them have to walk up and down with me and boxing there, you know. And I help street people, you know. They have to learn to give back to society and make a difference. When they do a season we have to work, they have to out there with me over the summer. they were in Florida and they might do some work and they might be dead. And while every kid I get them here cut and back to school stuff, they were not allowed to take any because I feel them time to give back. I saw Jamaica go change. All right? All right, so let me play this. We have a video that I want to play. And then we'll get into some serious content because you see this girls thing, we're going to talk to Mr. Speed, you know. But listen, this is what is happening. You know, we interviewed the Grenadian FA president, Marlon Glean, recently.
My name is Coach Jelani Green, and I am the coordinator for the Grenada Football Association Grassroots program. And I want to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. Thank you for coming out. Give yourselves a big round of applause. The idea today is not to teach football, but it's for the kids to have fun and want to come back next week and ensure their friends who missed out today that they let them know, hey, we can't miss next week.
I commend the GFA, the new executive of the GFA, for really moving that program to the next level. It had it before, but it was not to that magnitude in terms of the uniform, pants and shirt, in terms of the coaches, the extent of the coaches. And the program this morning was basically introducing the smaller ones to the game and then giving the elder ones the experience to play football non-stop so that they can enjoy themselves to the fullest.
My name is Jake Rennie. I'm the head coach of the women's senior national team. I think the national grassroots program is very important because each national team should have foundation, and foundation start from the grassroots. And having a program like that is very, very important for the youths and their future, and also the future national teams. We know over the past few years we have few ladies involved in football, and a program like this can cause mass participation of female into the football. So it's good that we have a program like this that will encourage the young female to come out and also set a future for themselves. Well, I'm the head coach and director of the RSSA, that's the Right Step Soccer Academy, located in Paul's. And a program like that will help develop the players tremendously. Also will help players meet other players from different academies, compete against other players from different academies, bring a friendship within academies, and help develop the players holistically.
I am Kazira Thomas, the Women's Director and the Executive of Grenada Football Association. So the Grassroots program is a fundamental program that is essential for development, as we know that you start from below. So the Grassroots program will intend to give you what you need to have the first touch of the football in your career. And to see that we have over 500 girls is a plus, because you know the women's department is, we are striving to have better development, as we see the senior team is leading by example. So the Grassroots program will give them the initiative and the excitement to be like them and to have that career going forward. So the Grassroots program is a stepping stone to greater things for these girls who are seeing football as a career.
All right. Hey, people, so when I see things like that now, you said this is where Jamaica needs to be moving. That our federation have a national grassroots program that is continuous. Like every weekend, this is what we see in all 14 parishes at some of the better venues. You understand me? This is the kind of thing we want to see. So we hope that with the appointment of Mr. Dan Cook, the person FIFA has come in with the talent coach program and the academy, we'll begin to see this across Jamaica. This is why when you think about what is happening in Grenada, you think like there is progress being made where their football is concerned, and we want to see the same thing and even better in Jamaica, because we have had greater success with it, with football than them. We have qualified for U17, U20. We have qualified for 2 female World Cup and a senior men's World Cup. Right? We are going to have done on very soon, Duckland. Very soon. Right? That is better than any other Caribbean nation. 2 women, under 17, under 20, senior men. Many of the other CONCACAF nations, if you can take out USA, I'm talking about playing to qualify, because all of these, Trinidad played in one because they were a host. Everyone that we have played in, we have played to qualify. We haven't had hosting privileges for our World Cup at any stage. So Jamaica has qualified. So with that kind of an accomplishment, imagine if we had like consistent grassroots programs across our nation. These are the things that we need to challenge the leaders of our football with, you know. Right? I see this one saying that in the FIFA initiative and the Grenada program are not identical. One is more selective and elite, while the other is holistic and starts much earlier is in one's development. True, you know that is true. That is true. So this is where we need to challenge, like, and that is true, you know, because one is to find what they call elite talent. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 2 different things. One is to get as many kids as possible playing the game, and that is where and that is what we need to challenge. We need to find out from the 2 contenders what are their thoughts on this and what are they planning on doing. You understand me? We need to ask Mr. Ricketts and Mr. Anderson, in light of what we are seeing with the Grenadian grassroots, what is your specific plans where this is concerned? And I agree with Cranky on this one, that while we can have elite talent, I remember, let me give you a good example. Right? Yeah, man, both Hala Madrid, both of them must coexist. One don't replace the other. I think having both of them would be good. Having both of them would be fantastic. But let me give you a good idea. You remember when I interviewed a friend from Sweden, and he was not John Wall, but the other Swedish guy, when I think Vin Blaine, and we had set up this whole thing with him. And one of the things that they were doing with Swedish football is that they even had senior citizens playing, like where they would walk. They just have the ball down no scoreline and just walking around and passing it around. Older persons in their 70s and their 80s. So they had kids playing from like 5, and they had people in 80 playing football. That is a kind of holistic development and view we need to have at football, because if you can use even football at that age to help with, you know, the elderly person's physical conditioning and health, that's a big thing, you know. And I think I'd love to hear the vision of both candidates where this is concerned. And I don't want anybody to tell me that them can't show them manifesto, they can't talk about what them doing. I want to hear your plan where this is concerned. I don't want to hear that, yeah, man, we're going to do grassroots. When is it going to start? Where is the funding going to come from? Who are some of the persons involved? What are the surfaces? Be very specific in outlining it if you are the winner. This is where we need to challenge the candidates, you know. Mark you, people like me and you, we don't have a vote, you know. But at least we are fans. And the fans are very, very important to the product. Because one of the ways of getting the fans involved, you know, is to engage the fans. And part of the engagement is to listen to them. I should be passing Draxall. I'm going to give you a good example. When we were in Trinidad and Tobago, on our way to training on the Saturday morning, you have the savannah. Some of you will know there. Every green patch, every surface, kids were playing football. Every surface. You see like different persons coaching with the fields may not be the best conditioned, but you saw so many different coaches with kids teaching them the basics. Every parish we pass through. When you go Westmoreland, the Land Island, every Saturday. When you go to Montego Bay, the Jared Park and those places. When you go to Trelawney, Ellison Wakeland and the same, what's the other one? The Trelawney Stadium. Kids playing football. When you come to St. Ann, Draxall and the other places, lots of kids playing football. And at Boxfield in Ocho Rios, Prison Oval in St. Catherine, at Freddie Nita Park in Portmore, you know, Constant Spring, Barbican, Real Mona, everywhere we turn up on Saturdays and Sundays. We should see 100 of kids playing football. Man, is you're right, because there are different objectives at the different age groups. Also, grassroots football will get more kids off the corner street. Yeah. Watson Taylor Park in Big Up the Hanover, man, in Hanover. Yeah, man. Yeah. I cannot understand how Saturdays and Sundays, I know more and more academies are popping up, but the Jamaica Football Federation has a mandate to run grassroots football non-stop right throughout the year in Jamaica. You know what youth would not pick up gun? If we had this going, you know much youth would put on the gun because they're playing football? Portland, Colin Miller Sports Complex. Yeah, man. St. Thomas. When you're driving past some of those major places, you should see 100 of kids playing football. Boys and girls. You see the Grenada saying boys and girls. Boys and girls. But everybody in Jamaica want to find the elite talent and so they can sell them and make money. Nobody not interested in using football as a vehicle for social transformation while you're finding elite talent. This is the visionary leadership we need in the football. Fixing local football from the ground. That's where it must begin. JFF find get Adidas give you, let Adidas give you what we call it now? Probably 28,000 footballs. And all you do, you just go some field and just leave them there. Leave them and just gather the people them and tell people go and coach. Kids will play ball. I am telling you that. Wembley in Clarendon. Yeah, I mean, there are so many places. Just get the kids to start playing football. Because if parents are responsible adults, you know what people want them youth to play football? I just hear Mount Pleasant starting them some grassroots things out in Jacksal and things. But again, too many of these people are doing it because they want to find elite talent and then the rest is forgotten. Just get kids to play football. Triple says, Mannings, the parish FA should create football recreational programs. So U16, U15, for example. Communities can have a team or two and have 7 Vs. Yeah, man, simple things, you know. Simple things that we can do. We can do, and everybody talk about money. All they need is some football. Listen, I guarantee you, people, may have some big plans, you know. May I try to get some people to adopt all some schools, you know, some past players who can. Because all the school they need, you know, is some jerseys and some boots, you know, and some ball, you know. We can do better, you know. And so this is what we want to challenge the people again who are contesting the election. Mr. Ricketts and Mr. Anderson. Me no want to hear nothing about no secret manifesto, you know. I want somebody sit down with me. Oh, no, none of them now come to my program. Oh, Mr. Ricketts and Mr. Anderson now come talk. Me not an aggressive person, you know. Me need one enough come talk to me on the program. I'm wanting to tell me, like, all me asking to tell me. Me no want to hear about who I go vote for you, who not go vote for you. Me not want to get into that. You know what I want to know? I want to know the football plan. Me want to hear about, all right, we can have a brief conversation about the senior team qualifying for the 2026 World Cup. Bam, and that done. Me don't want to hear about the impasse between you and the girl. You know what I want to hear about? I want to hear about, okay, come January, you are the president. What is the first thing where the development and the progression of football? That's me asking the question from now on, so now I have all the time to prepare. What is the first thing you're going to do for the progress and development of football on the island of Jamaica right now? Me no want you tell me that you have a 3-month plan, a 4-month plan, a 5-year. No, tell me now. Yeah, man. Something needs to happen, man. People, the crime I get out of hand, you know. Because the youth, them not have nothing to do. You know how much youth would normally play football? But guess what? Them can't play. Because only elite people now are playing on teams and football. Everybody used to play. You can't find no little scrimmage to play again. Even scrimmage game now, are like everybody have on bib. You understand me? That means here you can't get no game because you have to have bib on them thing there. Big up yourself. What you mean, Fabian? That me I talk about, brother. People, me always have this. Me always try to have football in my car, wherever me I drive. And anytime I see you to play ball, me like give them. Me just throw out there. Play ball, yeah, man. Remember back in the days, you know. We used to have a place we call Nazareth down on the Whitehall Avenue. Them call this so, you know, we have done a cutout that when they come at the end of the gully right there, so you understand me? And that's how we used to play ball and then we go a common, you know, the man from the banks and cassava piece and them places. We'd go down a common and go play a local league, you know. Look at youth, you know. Under 12, you know. Them time they are Leon Bailey I come play down at the Dust Bowl down at Nazareth, you know. Me a bigger man, you know, but Leon Bailey, you know. Look at you, you know, under 9 and them thing there, you know. Me I tell you, you know, dirt man I play upon, you know. Ball are going at the gully. Cause they were kick it to the side, I know the gully gone. A man a jump in at the gully and take up the ball and come back and play. It's just a man a play a ball. The look feel sometime a 14 and ball a drop and some bad goal a score and man a get pile and man a get salad. And some of them man they end up go play for Constant Spring, go play for Barbican. Me I tell you that. Play for Medieval. And then we used to go over the field over Rompton. Anybody up on them side they can tell us, you know, joking man's that talk about. When time you're there Rompton, you have them divide the field in 2. Each half you have 13 and then pan a little basketball court from the Rompton. There's you have a next set of man to play. Kemar Daily Dada, and there's them man there play football. Me telling the people. But the artist name all thing I don't know. That me I telling you. See? What you know, so we play a corner league. But Morgan's Lane, one of them road there, you know, or upon one field. We play a local corner league at Grandspell one time, you know, because we love play corner league, you know. You see me? They love play corner league, you know, because they go play the local 6-a-side, 7-a-side corner league and the local school right on the intersection. There. So some of the side I don't remember, but you used to play a local 1 and 2 corner league. I guess so. You know, play a local corner league and then thing there. You get a local. You understand me? A local shilling. Mason Bush, man. Yeah, man. But I'm telling you, we have to get back to them days there. And that is just coming from the local video we watch. And when we begin to do that, I'm not going to talk about politicians because if you depend on politicians, them things are not going to happen. I think the GFF can reignite the football passion, and that must be part of their plan going forward. That's why people now watch the game. You know? If you now play the game, you now go watch the game. I was watching the funeral for Brooks. You know, Brooks used to play for Dave Brooks, big baller, right? And he had like Anthony Corbett and Whitmore and Michael Tullo, Tatty Brown. You know, a lot of the past players were there at the funeral for Brooks over the weekend, right? And them interview them and hear the man them say, back enough for them day, you know. When man used to their football field, you have player named Twinny Bug, player named Tapper, player named Hagler, player named Belly Dias, player named Pearl, man named Nandi. And them name that the man them used to have, you know. Man named Teacher, man named Skill Cole. And them play them name the man used to have. And football field in Jamaica, you know. Nobody never used to name no Ronaldo and Messi, you know. No man not have them name there, you know. At the local Jamaican baller, Hagler. Wappy. And them name the ballers used to have in Jamaica, you know. Nowadays, you go anyone on the ball field, I be yo, Pogba, pass the ball up, Pogba. Pogba, pass the ball. De Bruyne, pass the ball to De Bruyne, man. Yo, De Bruyne, you love hold on for the ball. Hey, Holland, trail for my chest, Holland. Trail for my chest. Soccer, my ball, soccer. And them thing they are here at Jamaica ball field now, you know, man. Benzema. Where can you fire the ball, Benzema? Van Dijk, Salah, those are the names we hear, you know, no. Kane, them names that we are Mbappe, them names that we are here at ball field now, you know. You're going out to Jamaica ball field and you know man named Antonio? Or Bailey? Or Pinnock? Or Bosa? Yeah. Hey, Maguire, don't score for me side, you know, Maguire. Hey, Maguire. Hey, Maguire. Maguire. A goal you staying at today, you know. Lucky goal. I said, they used to call him Peter Cargill. That me, I tell you, man. You go on Jamaica field and tell him, man, they say name Black Pearl. The man, they say, what kind of name that? A man, you have to change the name, the man. A Phil Ford your name, man. Them get a different name, man. And if you don't have that happening, it will affect attendance at games. It means that the youth them not consuming local football. And how are they going to consume local football when they themselves start playing more football? So they are going to become familiar. Like every time our national team coming up, them should have them going into some of them places and talk to some of the youth, them, you know, even for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, you know, male and female, you know. And so you go ignite the passion in the thing again, you know. Hey, Stefan, right? You don't know what they call you Bigs, man? Anybody named Bigs, man, never good, man. Me never see no big. Me never see no Bigs, no good Bigs play football yet, Stefan, right, man? Stefan, right? Me never hear no baller named Bigs are good yet. People, we never hear about no baller named Bigs are good. So you never sure why they call you Bigs. Let me tell you why they call you Bigs. Because because the talent never up never boss. We don't know. Boy. But is what from the recreational program, players who are interested in moving to the next level will be part of a travel that competes at a higher level using 7-7 older groups like U14, 11. Yeah, man. That is what they do in the States sometimes, you know. But it's making sense, Triple E, man. Making a lot of sense, man. Yeah. Listen, hey, when Chingsu and Bunzi I play for Charlie Smith and Bibi I play for Wolmers and man I call themselves Bunzi, Pele, Bibi. Me must say how about you have a little Bibi. Nobody has said any name Whisper now, man. And Whisper is a phenom. Nobody now said any name Whisper. So we need to reignite the passion there. And it starts with the federation. You may tell the people. Because if communities now playing no football at this stage, them now go watch no football. You know why people are watch football? Because them now play football. Because a footballer really watch football, you know. So if I be a football we watch on TV, that means that we now play no football. So that means we now go watch the local football because we have it for watch on TV. I never hear a youth say their name Maggie. Or their name Marshall. Man, True thing, we need to get back to them days. You understand me? We have to, people, we have to get back. And listen, this is where now, me I tell you that. Me want to talk to, somebody can, Mr. Anderson, you can't talk to me. What, Mr. Anderson, why you can't talk to me? You talk to everybody, but you can't talk to management. Mr. Ricketts, why you can't compare I Am Sure Sports? The people them said this are the JFF channel, but you don't come on my channel. You know? I don't understand what I go on. Hey, Mr. Speed, when you come on and what going in the football, me not want to talk to the two candidates them. You only have a vote, them not, nobody not go vote for you. The candidate them want to talk to. But congratulations to Cavaliers still. Let me just segue into that because really and truly, like Simon was saying earlier, since 2000, I think this is 23 years are the first team to qualify. And this Cavaliers team is a young team. And the truth is, all of us will admit that 4 of Cavaliers' better players have not played in this competition. Anderson, Webster, Busy, Atkinson, and King. And even Harborview never looked like them could beat Cavaliers last night. Better game, better coaching by Coach Ludlow Bernard. People, you have to understand, it's a Coach Ludlow Bernard is one of the coaches I'm respect, because but just like him demeanor, very humble person. I think him love the game and him understand the game. So I was very surprised that they got 5 in the first game. Because it's a person I have a lot of respect for. There are some coaches in Jamaica, People already know me rate Tapper. You understand me? Because I still believe that Tapper is one of the most successful local coaches we have when you look at his results. You may not like how his team play, but he gets the result for the most part. Here's what I also believe. I also believe, as bad as the campaign was, with the games that were remaining, we would have stood a better chance of qualifying if Tapper had stayed, I honestly believe that, at the stage, at the campaign, I almost believe that it could only get better under his management. Like anybody else came in, which was unfair to like Carl and whomever else, it was going to affect the campaign. Because I think at that stage, we'd have just said, just make him done it out, whatever the consequences, bam. But you've seen this at Mount Pleasant. It's a very hard team to score on because that's one of the things that people don't rate with Tapper. Him drill him team. So big him up. So I rate Speed. I rate Speed as a good coach. Right? You want to laugh? Real ball. All right. Speed is a good coach. Ludlow Bernard, good coach. I believe that Tapper, given the results, hear me, I say people, not style of play, but the results that he has had at Mount Pleasant and with the national team. I don't like some of his decisions with the national team, But you see, when you measure his win percentage, you have to give him some form of credit. Because me can give credit to him, and say me no like some of his decision, Me I tell you that. But you see those 3 coaches, good coaches. There are others. Me I talk coaches coaching right now. You understand me? Fuzzy is a coach that I don't know, but me always watch the teams coached by Fuzzy and Neville, and them always have good possession and passing on the ball. Me think like Lenny Hyde is a good schoolboy coach. I want to see more in the JPL to see what he's going to present. But some of the coaches that me rate still, Duki, I think Duki is a system person like Duki. Like for me, I think Duki would be a good technical director. Me see him at the level, how him think and talk. But nobody in Jamaica, when he come on to an interview and talk about what happened at the game, can do it like Duki. Me I tell you that. Yeah, man. Listen, people, let me say it again. When I look at the results, because at the end of the day, we have to judge the person and results. Style of play, and you can go at, all right, but quality opponent, you can go into that, But when you look at the raw results, he's one of the more successful coaches. Big up Unseen, man. Unseen I learn him craft, you know. Unseen. No, man. All right, we'll talk about Andrew. Yo, so all right, Unseen. Well, Unseen, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Unseen. No, you see, Unseen people. Unseen have some good things when you come on to coaching. Unseen know him thing, you know. The thing with Unseen do is that, you see, Unseen is a man. You can't, Unseen act like he know it all. Like me can't tell Unseen nothing, you know, brother. When you come on to coaching, you know. And Unseen know it, brother. Him know it, brother. Them man, they know it, brother. That's the problem. It's a hard for Unseen be like assistant. Unseen have to be the head cooker back over. But a good youth, man. Unseen have a party, you know, ramp with Unseen. You better not play for Unseen, you know, because if you play for Unseen, so Coach Parchment, what, how would you assess your team performance after that 2-0 loss today? Well, first and foremost, you know why that other team beat us? Our players are not good enough. If I had better players, if I just had better players, they couldn't beat us. My team is not the best team. But I have to tell them that they are the best team so that I can get the best out of them. But the players are not really good. It's not the coach. You can't blame the coach. Or you going to blame the coach? You can't blame me. Me don't have good enough players. You understand me? But I can't tell the players that they are not good. I have to tell them that they are good to pump them up, but them not good. That is why we get 2. That is why we get 7. You understand me? Yeah. But what is your assessment of the game? Brother, me just explain the game to you. It's just that the players are not good. There's no assessment. Cataract, Peter Mystic saying, I want to give you some constructive criticism. No, man. You see, Andrew Price, not Andrew Price. I think you're asking about Andrew Edwards. You see, Andrew Edwards, I think Andrew Edwards is a good person again. Like, he's a technical leadership, like, very good person. In fact, you know that, believe me, these are my opinions still. I think, like, you see the position that Wendell Downswell is in, like, I think Andrew Edwards would serve in that position very good. I like how his long-term visions and plans are. Yeah. Yes, the Manchester player never complains to them jersey them too tight. Unseen. The people never crawl out for you, daddy. We don't do at all. Cataract is in the building. Peter Mystic. So you can or you're gonna give a criticism. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. And even if they can't make him the overall technical director, maybe they can make him the technical director over like youth development. Like, I think if they said, like, even this grassroots thing, if they can put like Andrew Edwards, all right, we are going to help. We want you to be the person who operates the grassroots program. I think like Andrew Edwards would do awesome in a job like that. That's my opinion. You understand me? That's me. That's some things still, but maybe there are other things that I don't know, but based on my interaction with him. Yeah. All right. Now, I have actually heard from from at least 2 players indirectly, or persons who are related to them, that those players have not seen a penny yet All right. All right. So now, I don't know, because the GFF said they paid it on Friday. All right. So let's say it left their account 4 o'clock on the Friday. It means that it would not be processed by their bank. We just give benefit of the doubt. All right, Bob. So watch this. So say their bank process it on Monday. All right. I would want to believe that by Tuesday, everybody should be seeing their monies. Or by Wednesday, they should be seeing their monies. So I am going to find out if those monies have arrived, seeing that we are at Wednesday, and then yeah. Because we need to find out, because we don't want to be a channel where people put out information right. Let me just make one contact and find out, because yeah. So let me give the benefit of the doubt that it is the process international wire. Yeah, it is the international wire transfer process that is taking long. All right, why the money has not reached yet? And I hear some. I don't want anybody in banking. Is there anybody in banking that can tell us, like, international wire transfer? Is there like, given that it was done on a Friday, like how long you think it would possibly 5 business days? Okay, I say 5 business days, which would mean Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it may not be until 1 to 5 business days. Okay. Can take up to 10 days. Okay. A turnaround can take. Time can vary. Okay, so it may be just a turnaround time. All right, let's give the benefit of the doubt that the money has been paid. It's just that the turnaround time, it's taking a little while. And here comes Cataract, ready to attack. And somebody said that if it's a large sum of money, it may even take a longer time. That could be true too. It can take up to 2 weeks. Whoa. Skengdang said, Spengdan, what is the first comment? Not necessarily. When wire transfers are done, different things can stall the process. So it's probably one of issues. Maybe the receiving bank requires more information. Okay. But these girls would have received money before, because they would have received like per diem and those things. Cataract, when you're transferring from business to business, it's different from when you're transferring from business to personal. Come on, man. My time's Cataract. Oh, Jesus. Cataract. For a man who went to school in England, Cataract, some of the times your line of questioning them. I don't know, Cat. That's why I tell you. Okay. All right. So the people, let me just say this, right? So from one of my sources, you say Cataract, you're not calling in, but think they want to talk to you, Peter Mystic want to talk to you. So right, because he has some constructive criticism right? But let me say this, all right, people. So I've spoken to one of the parties, at least one of the parties, and they are saying that today they see some pending monies, which means that at least one more person, it looks like. Of course, you don't know where it's coming from, but the reasonable thing to believe is that this is the payment now finally coming through. So the people are right that for some players, they may get it the same, like the next day or the first business day. Some it may be 2 business day. Some it may be 3 business day. Some it may be 5 business day. But the monies have been paid. So that, so far, that seems to be the reasonable thing to believe. And this is like Brian, who works in the financial sector. Yeah. All right. I did see Brian. Brian said something up here that Coach Andrew Edwards is no, he has been employed by the, where is it? I think this is a good move. Again, next big seat here. Andrew Edwards is employed by the PFJL to work with clubs and obtaining their CONCACAF club license. Yeah, I think that's a good job, but I think him have more than that, though him can do still, you know. Honestly. Okay. Once the banking instructions are correct, it takes 1 to 3 business days for international wire transfer. This can easily be verified using the SWIFT code. Yeah, so that is the question. What are your thoughts on that employment, Brian? Do the clubs really need help to do their licensing? Redevelopment. Have you heard about DRB Grant and his work and promotion of early childhood education? Well, start them early. By the way, it is the youngsters who are out. Our future is our future that should be players, fans, admin, and yeah. Brian, talk to me now. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the employment? Seeing that you want to ask the question, let me ask the question though. Talk to me there, because you know the next thing we are gonna talk about are some U20's, you know, because we have some things that we want to talk about. All right, so I think somebody was asking for the Zell. See, you have the Zell stuff right there. I don't know. Just got a text that somebody was asking about how to Zell. So that is the Zell information right there. Very, very easy. All right, so Cataract, are you serious? Why not send it bank to bank using Western Union? Cataract, tell me. All right. Hold on, people. This is Cataract calling. And he will not be on the phone for 2 hours like yesterday. Hold on, people. Let me make sure we connect him because we don't want him. Hello. Hello.
Like the candy bar. I said I wasn't calling in. I was going to sit in the chat and enjoy the program. But you said that you summoned. And I promised I would stress you out today. Would bring you to the brink of things coming out of your pores. Good afternoon. How are you, sir? Host. Good afternoon to the members in the chat.
You know, I am not concerned with how I am doing. I am more concerned with how I am going to be doing, depending on where this conversation goes or how I may say. But at the present moment, I am doing fantastic. We have Pete. We have Peter also. I think Peter wants to speak to you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call. I'm going to add Peter to the call, so that because I think he wants.
The only reason why I was on for 2 hours is because I called him. Normally he'd send me the link and I could shut up.
Yeah, but the problem with the link is that you cannot be on video. All right, but Peter is here. So Peter is here. Peter wanted to speak to you. So let me just let both of you, right?
Yeah, man. Greetings. Everybody can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yo. So hold on, man. Man is almost in a private conversation.
No, man. You're on air. You're live on air.
Oh, okay. Well, greetings to everybody. Cataract.
Good afternoon.
You know, listen, man. Good afternoon. I like listening to you. You know. In fact, when Mannings had the when he went with the team, what was that? The Gold Cup, and you and was it Andre and Cranky? I enjoyed, you know, right? It was the 3 of them, right?
Yeah. Well, I was at the Gold Cup,
yeah, man. Yeah, I enjoyed the banter, you know, Cataract. So don't take what I'm going to say personal. All right?
You know, do you know when people say don't take what you're going to say personal, the next thing that comes, I am 99% likely to take it personal. And as a selector, that goes up to 100%. Proceed.
Oh, you know that you know, sometimes I said something to Jay Taylor, I think a couple of weeks or maybe last week when he was on Manning's program. I said, don't take it personal because, you know, I like to look at things objectively and criticize, you know, if I can constructively criticize, I would like to do so. You know what I mean? But you don't mean I have anything against you. So let me make this quick. You know, sometimes people tell you can't see yourself. I know you hear that. You've heard that before, you know. And a brethren of mine once told me, he said, have you ever sat in the back of your car? And I said, no, why? He said, sit in the back of your car, man. Let somebody else drive your car. You sit on the back. He said, you'll get a different perspective. You know. And I'm just putting it in simplest terms, right? Like, for instance, your voice. I don't know about you, but I think most people, when you heard your voice for the first time, Cataract, did you like it? You say, boy, that don't sound like me.
When I heard my voice for the first time, I would have been a baby. I would have been a baby. I have no recollection.
No, when you see, and that's exactly what I want to criticize you about. You know, you see that sarcasm, because you know what I'm talking about.
It's not a sarcasm.
Yeah. So
you said it when I heard my.
Let's say you recorded a message, right? And you play back that message. I'm talking now in your adult life.
Okay.
When the first time you hear your voice, whether it's a recorded message, whether it was on one of these programs, anywhere, did you like your voice? Simple question, yes or no? Did it sound like you?
Yes, it sounded quite fine. And that would have been in the 1980s on what was called the voice mail machine.
Right.
It said hello. Leave a message.
Yeah, right. Let's move on. When you look at yourself,
the ladies like my voice too. They say it's deep and bass. It's full of bass.
Cataract.
A baritone. I have a baritone voice. When we ask the question, you open the window, Your Honor.
Cataract. Hold on. Cataract. He did not ask you who likes your voice. Just let the man just finish the Cataract, please. He didn't ask you who likes your voice. All right? Yeah. Okay. You'll get your turn.
What about when you look in the mirror, Cataract? When you look in the mirror, all right, I'm not asking if you like yourself. But you know, when you look in the mirror, you look, all of us, when we look in the mirror, we're looking at a frontal view of ourselves, right? Sometimes when you see yourself in you ever go in one of them changing room and they have like 4 mirrors set up and you can see yourself from different angles. You've never looked at that and said, man, you never saw yourself from this angle before. You didn't even know you look like that. You ever said that to yourself, or that you never had that experience?
I have a dresser and a full-length mirror. So when I'm looking at the dresser, I can see myself on the back.
You can see yourself at all different angles?
I was not on the all angles program. That would have been the general secretary.
My point is, Cataract, like other people see you different from how you see yourself. That's really my point. So the personality is another thing that people see, right? And so you might have or believe you have a certain personality, but others might view your personality different. So for instance, yesterday I was listening to you on Mornings, and many times, not this was just yesterday, and the conversation that Mornings was trying to have with you, you know, while Mr. Speed was on, to the point where Mr. Speed, you know, left, the conversation became nauseating, you know, Cataract. And the reason why it became nauseating, because you have a way about you, your personality, that you will mute your mic and allow others to speak. But you see, because you mute your mic, when you start talking, nobody can stop you, you know, or interrupt you, you know. And then it does not become a conversation, it becomes a monologue, a speech. I pride myself on listening, you know. But Cataract, sometimes when you're making a point, and like Manin say, you have good points, you know, but it gets lost in the translation because you have to go around all these different circles, right, before you get back to your point. Now, sometimes when you get to your point,
hold on, let me ask something, because I do Cataract.
Yes, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no man.
Oh God, yeah.
All right.
And that's another thing. That's another. You see what I'm saying? It's not practice.
You just spoke about the monologue.
It's sarcasm. And when it's pointed back at you, Cataract, you don't like it.
Peter,
yeah, go ahead, man.
Peter, just hold. All right. Cataract, Peter. Would you?
Yes, sir.
Do you think it would be better if both of you had this conversation off air? Because I just don't know where to go.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. I'm just giving
no you. Guy called my phone private. No, sir.
No. I'm just.
Look, he wants to give me a public lashing, and I'm allowing him.
No.
And I'm facilitating.
No, I'm just giving an option. If both of you agree, then okay. All right. But
I want the callers to hear, because it's not just me that is affected sometimes, you know, by Cataract, you know. I'm sure it's other callers as well, you know. You know, sometimes I'd like the conversation to carry on, and I listen to your program to get information, and it's entertaining as well. But I think even like I said, Cataract, even sometimes you may have a good point, you know, but it gets lost in translation because of the way you go around and come around different avenues to get to your point. By the time you get back to your point, we don't even remember what your point was. In other words, Cataract, you got Manning's man very close to cursing at you yesterday. And I don't know. Hey, Cataract, you know how difficult it is to get a man, a pastor, to almost curse. And I'm not talking about the kind of cursing. I'm talking about cursing with colored material. And that's how close he got Manning's man. I don't know Manning's man do it. Manning's man have a lot of patience, pastor or not. But Cataract, is not easy having a conversation with your brethren. My criticism here is that, can you be a little more concise when you're on these programs, and take out the sarcasm. I mean, it's good sometimes, but it's relentless that you do it. And then when somebody turn it around on you, you hate it. So that's just my take, Cataract.
All right.
But no offense, my brother. Cataract, no offense, my brother. See?
Right.
Don't take any offense.
All right, Peter, Cataract.
Yeah.
The floor is your Cataract.
Thank you. So, Peter, you could have been concise. In 30 seconds, you said, Cataract, you're a narcissist. Full stop. It would have described what you're describing. Just to say, to give you some of your own advice. Not everyone will like me. Not everyone will like the way that I communicate. And that's just life. Not everyone likes the way I play music. I've never been bottled. I've never had people walk out of a dance on me. But I've had people say to me, but I like how you play. I play in bag of work you. People critique me all the time in the line of work that I do. And I accept it, except to say, I'm going to play what I think should be played and how I read the cricket. That's what I've been paid to do. Right? As for having a name that Manning's man was about to curse a bad word, I have my supernatural powers of deduction because I didn't hear Manning's man on the verb. I didn't even hear him say, but.
Careful, no, boss.
No, I didn't hear you say that. But if you were on the verge of it, it would not be the first time that I made a pasta test battle. When I was younger, I was an altar boy. I stole the wine and used to drink it. That's me. Not perfect, but what I can tell you is what I bring is what I think are the facts or information or questions that I think should be asked about the sport that I love, which is Jamaican football. I became very passionate, and I was yesterday, because this has to do with democracy. And I am involved in politics in Jamaica, and I know where we are coming from. Was the 1980s, but I've read and studied where we're coming from and the great strides that we have taken with democracy and fixing up our electoral system. So at any point where I see something that resembles taking us back to the past, I'm going to be strident. That's my 2 cents on it. And I will endeavor to be more concise, sir. If you can be specific and tell me the length of time you consider concise, I will seek to adhere to it. Yesterday, management offered me 30 minutes and I took 3.
No, Cataract, you see, and that's the thing, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yesterday, I don't remember if it was yesterday, it may have been the day before, It's 2 days in a row. That's why I call in, and say I want to talk to Cataract. Because the Mannings had about 5 people on the panel, Bridget. You being one of them, And we barely hear from the rest of the panel. In fact, Cranky was on and Cranky said, look, I have to go. Because Cranky was just sitting there. But once you take over in a Cataract, it's done.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to be a little more considerate. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. But what I'll say.
Your last point is fair. I will be more considerate. However, Cronky was on the program for 1 hour and 52 minutes when I came on, and I waited for 12 minutes before I said a word. Go back and listen. Nowadays, I look at I don't look at myself in the mirror. I look at the time on the phone.
All right.
And make sure that I will endeavor to do better, Peter.
All right.
Respect, Cataract. Right. I will, Mannings, I'll drop off and continue listening unless you need me to elaborate.
Yeah, man. All right. I appreciate that, Peter. I mean, I think both of you have points, Cataract, and we spoke about this. People, just to let you know that outside of this, Cataract and I talk often off air, right? So when they see us talk on this, it's not like we vex and we communicate. I think somebody was asking that, right? Because it's not about the friendship or the relationship in terms of communication that we share. It's just how we relate on the platform that sometimes is a challenge. But I think he has a point, Cataract. But I understand if you felt slighted by how the conversation, I don't want to offend you, it comes across as being offensive. So you also have a point. But one of the things I've learned is that sometimes when people say things, they say, all right, I understand. I will look into that just to move the conversation on, because you see, the moment somebody try to correct me and then I start rebutting, it comes across like I am rejecting the correction. So if somebody says, if you say to me, management, you know that I think you can be, you can keep your program, and I say, but you don't know, say this and that. It sounds to me like I have immediately rejected what they're saying, and I'm going to justify why I do it, instead of saying, you know what, I will at least look into it, even if I don't. So that is what I'll say to you. But here's what I want to do, because there are several persons calling to come on. I know you were resisting the urge to call the program, but you did. All right. So two things. Would you prefer to call back, or for me to send you the link under tight restraints and you be on video? All right. So I can take the other persons who are calling in.
You talking to me, man?
No, man, both of you are still online, man. I'm talking to Cataract.
Oh.
Both of you are,
okay.
yeah, I'm talking to Cataract. No, Pete. Right, but Pete, you understand what I'm saying? You heard my response is that I can understand
man, I heard.
But sometimes like Cataract, we need to just, you understand me? Just
So you didn't hear when I accepted some of the salient points he made and made a commitment to do better. But I'm not going to accept pipelines, everything he says. And as many people that don't like to hear Cataract, there are those who are in Team Cataract who does. Manage, I will abide by whatever restrictions you set. Send the links.
Cataract, remember I started my conversation about how I enjoy listening to you, especially when Mannings was off. Remember that with the Gold Cup squad? Remember that?
Yes, and some people hated it because they said I was anti-Trini.
Well,
I just do me. I just be myself, virgin.
Peter, Cataract, let me just say, because
send the link and I'll respect it. I'll allow the other people to call in. Thank you. God bless you wherever you are in Florida.
Cataract. That is the sarcasm the people are talking about, you know.
So God can't bless him. I can't say man, God bless him.
Cataract. All right, Cataract. Peter, bless you.
It was bad weather. God have his mercy.
All right.
When you say from bad weather, I start my come towards Florida.
All right.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Mannings, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't take that personal.
Yeah, what?
Mannings, man.
Yeah, man.
This cat a while ago. In a madness in my ground, I'm going to tell you why. Anytime a man call and say, Mannings, man, no disrespect, he's going to tell you the most disrespectful thing. Anytime a man say, Mannings, man, don't take it personal. Mannings, man is personal. I'm going to disrespect you again. So this is my take, right? If me hear Cataract 10 times, I probably agree with him half of the time or one of the time. But at the same time, it wouldn't, Cataract can make me go home, go think of something where we come set to him the next week. And that is what Peter just do. You know, yeah, Cataract, him have him ways of delivering, but at the same time, he's his own person. So in a nutshell, I disrespect Peter Carl show, I disrespect the man. And that style.
Yeah, well,
and that's my story.
All right. I hear a story. But Cataract never feel disrespected, though. that is the thing. You understand me? And because he would have. But I mean,
yeah, but probably, but man,
I did say that, you know. I did say that if you start the conversation that way, sometimes it comes across like it's going to be disrespectful. It's going to be offensive. I'm going to tell you, right? Mr. Wallace, I think a couple of days when Cranky was on last week, and I said, listen. This is what I said. I said Cranky did not say that. And so please do not say that, Mr. Wallace, because I respect you and I don't want to say anything that would make you feel disrespected. He said that the fact that I uttered that is a disrespect. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Yeah, and that's what he said to me. He texted me and he said that. The fact that you're saying that I don't want to say anything to disrespect you is disrespect in and of itself. So every day you learn sometimes how to, you know, express yourself In a better way.
Another
Yeah.
thing, and you see, firm them come up with ball, sit in the back of a car. A lot of people, right? Like me, management as a youth, you're going to the ghetto. Me not talk like you see me. You see me, I deal with, and you see where I go on, me generate, me not talk. Right? And when people talk, so it offend me. But if me I talk to a man and him talk, so me relate to him, and me understand him and me move on. But me will never go out in the world and try to fix how people talk. So, you see, Peter, him a while ago now, him sit down in a back of car and look at himself. I feel him think that, him just leave that and make cataract, big cataract, and him go and sit down in a film back of him car and look at himself and look for film mirror.
So but aren't you sounding disrespectful to Peter now?
Yes, I am being disrespectful.
Then no. So why would you want to disrespect Peter?
Because him try disrespect cataract and me just feel like me to do that. That's just how I feel.
No, we can't operate like that. If cataract, all right.
But man, you can't operate like that, you know. But me different. Man, me, all right. Me might be against cataract tomorrow, you know.
No, which is fine. What me I say, but listen to me now, Bob. All right. If you are trying to correct Peter, then you can't do the wrong thing.
But man, listen me now. Sometimes you have to do the wrong thing to get the right thing.
Me not agree with that.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You know, me not come here and tell Peter. Listen me. I'm not telling Peter don't take it personal and disrespect it, and I'm not telling no disrespect. I'm here to show people that me I disrespect Peter. I'm here showing him in sleep last night and wake up this morning and come on the show for disrespect cataract. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, boss. I understand.
Yeah, man, I will never turn a cheek, and sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. I don't know you're fire, but if we all stand by this sideline and not do no better, you know, you have to do something, and you have to point out things to people.
All right, let me say this, right? Let me say this to you, right? So, for much of my life, I lived in a very tough inner city community, and so I exposed a lot of stuff in inner city community. I'm talking about the heart of problems in Kingston, right? And here's one of the things I know. Sometimes you have no choice but to turn the other cheek. Like part of understanding.
You're right.
So when I
that's when you come from Tivoli and jump in a group.
So the point I'm trying to make is oftentimes life circumstances put you in a position where you have no.
Man, already we know you have to turn the other cheek. We not grow up at that place.
So I just want to put that in there because a lot of time people say no man can tell them this. If a man do them this, what am I gonna do? And sometimes in certain situations, when you have to just walk away for preservation of life and you have greater response. That's all I'm saying.
If me grow up at Tivoli, Spanish Town, jungle up at your place where you come from. Yes. Good things about man. Me no think so because me no grow up under one damn thing there, you know.
Okay. But also I'll say to you that Cataract and Peter were amicable and Cataract accepted some of the things and never found them. So what I'm saying that while I understand how you feel about it, to me to come on now and say, okay, I'm going to disrespect the person is also not the best approach to take. That's what I would say.
I'm not gonna be politically correct and say like where Peter do and say no disrespect or not take it personal. I'm to take it personal, and I'm here to disrespect you because in my opinion, you were trying to disrespect another man over just some calling show, and you sleep last night and you think about it and you come to fix cataract today. So I'm just trying to know that also.
Ross, I say, man, please, can we talk football? Big up yourself, Double. Yeah, man. All right, bless up. All right, all right. Then we have, I just need to take, because sometimes I get the call and I don't want the people to feel like I'm ignoring them. So, let me just,
Virgin.
Yeah, man, Jermaine, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Go ahead. Your 5 minutes begins now. Yeah, man.
So, one of the things, I want to commend you for that show yesterday. You know, that was a great show, all-star lineup. You know, Mr. Speed was there. You know, Cranky was there. Coach was there. You know, that was a good show yesterday, right? Next question I'm gonna ask you: is there a way that you could get on the show?
Who? I didn't hear that. Get who on the show?
Do you think you could get Mr. Trump on the show?
Yeah, man. If people want to hear from Mr. Trump,
You know, that would be the next person to be in the hot seat because I like what you're doing so far. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't like my show to come across as a hot seat, you know, if I'm going to invite people, because that may just intimidate
it's
them.
informative, and you're doing a good job by having people there to clear up stuff, right?
Okay.
Even though they may feel uncomfortable, it's the right thing to show that, because people have you. I mean, I'm just going to say, people say, you know, a lot of you bloggers who've gone, you know, who is actually working with the JFF switch. I don't see that from you, right? So what you're doing, I like what you're doing, right? You're transparent, you carry them on, I make them answer hard questions. You understand? It's not you out there answer for them, the more they answer for themselves. So I like what you're doing, you know, I like that. So, you know, I would love to have, you know.
You'd love to hear from
Mr.
Mr. Chung where this is concerned. All right, I'm going to reach out to him and try to get him on tomorrow. I'm going to try and get him on tomorrow.
I know.
Once he's available.
Before I go.
Yes.
Cataract still there?
He's going to come on. He's not on right now. He's probably getting himself ready.
Okay. I just want to tell you, you know, don't take anything personal, you know? It's just what it is. You understand? But just keep the other mornings, man, all right?
Yeah, man. Blessings,
respect, man.
Yeah, man. Every time. Yeah, man. All right. Welcome to the show, Tyrone, El Granero. Big up yourself. Rasai, bless up. Soldier, bless up yourself. So say, bless up yourself, man, and the cat. Soldier, don't better call him the Rock. You understand me? It is not the wisest practice to call a man in Jamaica cat. So you say, bless up, man, and the Rock. That we know that you're speaking of cataract. You understand me, Soldier? Yeah. So people, here's the thing now. So we have to understand that. Let me just get to the under 20, because this is very, very critical. And I need to get your honest opinion. And if you think I am wrong, then I'd love to hear that. All right? You know that. All right, Jason, you see the one there? We're going to try and do it again, because we had it set up and planned and everything. All right? Two of them and top as well. I'm going to try to get them done this year. So, Coach Whitmore, please. Time now. Black Pearl. Samba. Talk to him. Do the thing now. Talk to him. Samba. I'm Freddie. Let me know. Right? We set up that. All right? We will work on it, Jason. All right? So, the under 20. I think. So, the under 20 is really for 17, 18-year-old based on when the under 20 is going to be. So, if you're 19, you're going to have a problem, right? And if you see a 19-year-old, more than likely, they are not going to be in the under 20 pool. But the 18 and 17-year-old, that is why, like, Whisper, who is going to be 18, can be a part of the under 20 pool, all right? Now, up to this morning, I was speaking to a person connected to a top half Premier League club and, you know, played for Jamaica, and they were talking about a player at the club who wants to represent Jamaica. The name Mr. Porter came up as well in terms of making contact to ensure that the youngster can play for Jamaica. Good player in an under 21 setup over there. All right. So lots of players in England. Also, John Wall is the coach. And John Wall, as you know, is based in Europe, which would mean that his eyes would have been on many European players, which now brings to the other issue. So what you find is that most of his time is in Jamaica and also in Europe, which if a pool of players are going to be selected, more than likely the core players would come from either Jamaica or England. All right? Right? Raising that, because then what it would mean is that players in North America, Canada, and the US could be ignored, which is something that I want to address today. All right? I want to address that today, and I'm going to give my thoughts on those players who are in Jamaica who I think can represent in an under 20 team. Okay? So let me find one thing first. Find this first, right? Jamaica U17. What can somebody tell me? You remember that young goalkeeper we had at the U17? I'm trying to get his name. Keep forgetting his name, man. But he kept at the U17. Very good young goalkeeper. I think he even went over to Chelsea. Let me give you some of the players. The goal, Joshua Grant and Tywayne Lynch. I think his name is Joshua Grant. All right. So in that under 20 team, under 17 team, we have Brandon Bent, Malachi Molino, Malik Robinson, Xavier Gooden, I hear Dixon, Adrian Reed, Nashawn Bolt Barrett, Carlton Brown, Jordan Mangatal, Everald Swaby, Dylan John, Ronaldo Barrett, Jason White, Ashton Garden, Dustin Cohen, Orion Watson, and Jamani Bell. Right? So some of those players were in that under 17. I think like some of those players, because remember the under 20, it is between 17 to 18 right now. So I think the players at Real Salt Lake. So I think like he should be in the pool based on his showing. Now, some persons are also talking about the Mona goalkeeper, Bernard, that he's a good goalkeeper as well, who is 18, so can be in the pool. They have also spoken about this other player at Mona. His name is Mackenzie. They say one of the better midfielders, attacking midfielders in schoolboy football. All right, that's the next one. Then they also, that Dujan Whisper Richards is one of those players. Then I believe that Adrian Reed Jr. was one of the standout players, and he's at St. George's, also plays for Cavaliers, and Rolando Barrett. All right. That team also had a player called Nicholas Simmons. Right? Who signed a professional contract as well after the under 17. The midfielder Molina was also good. Bella's moved, but here is the deal. There are some players who were 17, but they could not play. They were 17. It was an under 17, but they were 17, so they could not play. But they were too young for the under 20. You have Christopher Ainsworth, who plays almost every game for Cavaliers, who is just going to be 18. All right. So you have like this guy named Cousins. Cousins, his name, played for Garvey Marseille. So you have some players who are in that age group. You have the captain for St. George's, who was a little bit too young for the under 20 and too old for the under 17, Brian Burkett, who plays for Dunby Holden. And then, right now, in terms of pool of players, I know in terms of players who either have Jamaican passport, have in the process of and will soon receive, are over 30 players out of England from League One, Championship, to Premier League. All right. Now the issue is the matter of selection, because remember now, a lot of the guys who play in Nigel Prince, I think, who is at Atlanta, a lot of these guys who are in the Americas will not be seen by the coaching staff because the coach is either in Jamaica or he's in Europe, where he's engaging the players in England. All right? This is going to be a problem. I believe it's going to be a problem because I believe that the Christopher Ainsworth and Adrian Reed Jr. are good enough players. And they're playing in, and Ronaldo Ball, they're playing in Caribbean Club Championship, they played Premier League, they played all of those things, right? Joshua Grant, like I said, just signed. How does that now add up to the players who are probably at Leyden Orient or Charlton Athletics and stuff? Very, very difficult thing. And so that is what we want to discuss at this time. Like, how does the coach manage this? I say, Steady Roach saying have trials. We are in November now, really, and then there is December, and the competition starts in February. How realistic? Romain Blake can also play. Forget that. Tyreek Zemeniz can also play. And I said, like, Whisper is there.
So may I?
Go ahead, Keter.
Right. Sorry for the delay. I had to get myself together.
Mentally,
very interesting topic.
Mentally or in terms our attire?
No, I had to get rid of the nurse.
Get rid of?
Yes.
That's very strong.
You know, I'm going to stick to my time restrictions. I'm not going to be allowed to laugh on those things. Look here, this is what you want. You would like to have the coach to have a headache in selecting the squad.
Kobe Thomas as well, sorry.
Nothing difficult or untoward about that. The England coach goes, oh my God, I have 900 players to pick from. What I do know is that they keep several camps and trials at St. George's. You call them trials, but they don't call them trials. They call them camps. And they play regular international fixtures like against Ireland or Wales and the home teams, right? And they whittle down the pool. So they don't call the same players every time. So I call and I see that you're a good goalkeeper. All right. You are in the box. They call another set. So I think, and I mean, Jamaica doesn't have the wherewithal to do that, although we have the center up there that's free. It's not being used. There's no national team there, but it's almost like, I would say monthly, but I think it might be weekly because the under 19, under 17, under 15, they rotate. And we might have to do something like that locally. I do believe that if you have us, it's almost like if God has blessed us with a bounty and then we go, Lord Master God, you send too much rain, but you were in drought before. I believe that we should give thanks for the blessing of having a pool. And I have my thoughts on how you can deal with the matter. I believe that there's a friendly match coming up that could be used. I take this opportunity, man, through you and your platform. You said to use it responsibly. That if Coach John Wall wishes to reach out to Cataract, I would be more than happy to let you see the database of, I think it's like 400 plus players who are eligible. No, yeah, because some of them would be, some of them might be too young, but yes. but I do know I've heard some names. I've heard some weird things. Like somebody contacted me to ask me if True Grant is not Jamaican. Like, I'm like, wow. I told the caller that if some verification is needed about a player, I'd be more than happy to assist the JFF. More than happy. But I would have thought in the start of it, speaking to someone who has an extensive database and who keeps an up-to-date database might have been an approach. But there's another approach being taken. So, Mannings, let's start at goalkeeper, right? No, no, Tripoli, I didn't consult. I made it known. The JFF knows of my database. And anytime they call, I'll be free. I've never tried to charge them or anybody. But Mannings, at goalkeeper, here's the thing. We as the Jamaican public, with our expanded pool, will have to expand our minds, right? So you mentioned Bernard at Mona. So I know that they are the starting goalkeeper for the under 20s, or what do you call them, for Arsenal. He's Jamaican. I know he had been I had brought him to the attention of the JFF when he was under 17. I think he's been going through the process now. That's Noah Cooper. My information is that he is Jamaican, right?
Yes. No, but Noah Cooper can't play under 20.
He can't?
I don't think so. Let me just check. I think
okay.
Again, you have to be born 2005. I think
right.
that is...
I'm saying somebody can check out those things, because when you get the name of a player, I noticed that.
Yeah, no, all I'm saying though, Cataract, is
no, but not you, not you, boss. I'm just saying that when a player comes up and he just misses out on the age, I don't think that's a reason to say, boy, I still think pursue.
He's 2006, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I recommended him for under 17 last year, so I'd be surprised if he got to age 20. But here's the thing. There's a goalkeeper at Liverpool, and there's True Grant, let me call his name, True Grant, at Manchester City, all starting goalkeepers. So then the question you have is, how does the public, not the coach, because I believe the coach is eminently qualified to do his assessment, but how does the public?
All right. Sorry, before you go any further, let me just say this. There are 2 goalkeepers in Germany, 2 in Sweden, and some in the States that are also Jamaican.
See you there.
So while and that is what I am saying, that there are other goalkeepers outside of England. So what is the approach? Because it's not like between now and then, because here is what you don't want to do. You have to look at the amount of windows you have, because John Wall did say the next window, which means that in November, which is a window, there is going to be a game. The next window is when? You understand me? Because remember, some of these players cannot be called unless there is a window. The issue you're going to have then is, when you talk about having camps and those things, it's not possible. So how do you come up with the selection? Because you don't want to say, well, the team did not have enough time to prepare come February when you have your first game, because you are trying to have these camps, because you don't have a lot of FIFA windows left between now and February.
Okay, I respect the interjection, so I'll continue. I'll continue and say, I'm saying I was speaking about the public and how we have to change our mentality and our reasoning to adapt to the pool. I have no doubt that the coach has the ability, if left uninterfered with, to select, for example, the 3 best goalkeepers or the 4 best goalkeepers to come in. And then you know that there's only 2 goalkeepers going at the 20-man squad, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. So if you have a 20-man squad, only 2 goalkeepers, 23, you have normally for you tournaments, though, you get 20 players.
Right. And so I have no doubt in the coach's ability to do that. I think Coach Halgrimson will be peeping over to see something if there's a gem there, here or there. But what I wanted to say, man, is that when you say, okay, a man I keep good at Mona, how does that compare to a man that I keep first team football in True Grant? I mean, first in the starting lineup for Man City's under 21s.
Isn't that the question I asked, Cataract?
No. And I am saying, so I'm saying that we have to.
Are you asking the same question that I asked?
Yes, because it's a valid question, and I'm saying that the public has to given an answer. We have to expand our reasoning ability. We have to.
No, Cataract. I will not allow you to speak to the public that I engage that way.
That we can't reason sometimes? Of course we can't reason sometimes.
No, you're not asking them to reason. You're saying that they need to expand their reasoning ability.
Yes.
You're saying what you're actually saying is that the people are limited in their ability to reason. That is what you're saying.
Sometimes as Jamaicans we reason fully dunce. Sometimes we do.
Okay.
Sometimes we reason intelligently. All right, like on matters of religion and politics. Don't try to reason with a Jamaican and politics, Don't try to go in the Middle East there and reason and politics. But don't try to reason with Jamaicans and politics. The man have a hard line. My shorts are orange shorts, me I wear now. And the next man I wear him green. And there's nothing you can tell him. But I'm just saying that for this youth and going forward, we have to expand. I never said it was at zero. I said expand our reasoning abilities and expand our frame of mind and the context we use. So when we say a man bad in a man in cup, you have to remember that another man who is applying to come in bad in the top 6 in an EPL. So where's the balance? But not because you play at an EPL club necessarily means that you are better than the player at Mona. It might mean you are more accelerated on your development. And that's why I'm saying, for me, Cataract, I have to trust in the ability of the coach to make those assessments. Now, here's my only proviso. If I sniff and smell anything like a quota system being brought into play, I'll not be such a nice guy.
All right, how do you, what would make you believe that there's a quota system?
If I see a large number of players from one club in Jamaica.
Oh, so
if I see, hold on now.
No, let me just expand on that because that's a good point. So Christopher,
that's not a good point. So you say cut me, man. Right, you're the host.
Go ahead, get
right. I want to give my points so that let's allow me, please. If I see a large number of players from one club in Jamaica, it will raise my eyebrows. If when we have seen, let's say I see the under 20s play in is it Spain or somewhere they're going to play, and someone scores, a player from England maybe scores a hat trick, and then when the team is selected, he's fit, he's playing for his club, but he's excluded for no explicable reason. If there's things that are obvious that there's a quota system, I will lick out against it and burn a fire.
All right, hold on.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a call online, so let's take the caller. Welcome to Amateur Sports. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm just picking up from what Cataract was saying about the public has to expand their reasoning about comparing players from that in Europe compared to those in Jamaica. But also, Cataract also understand the last 120 Jamaican team, you can say the forwards were not as good as Whisper. When you analyze that tournament, you can clearly say Whisper should have been on the team, right? Because his performance will show that he would deserve to be on that team. What I want to also say to management, is the coach is mostly in Jamaica and also in Europe. I think the federation should try to have a trial in the States like they had for the under 15, maybe a 1 day or 2 day trial, and then you're able to see those players in the States because you don't want to discriminate against no player, okay? And it's important that you give everybody an opportunity, a fair opportunity to make the team. And I think it wouldn't take a lot to organize a 2 day trial in the States, in Florida. Once you announce it, maybe a month ahead of schedule, I believe those players who have intention of trying to represent Jamaica will attend. So I know it's going to be a very tricky task to select the right players. You know that the best under 20 midfield players in Jamaica plays for Mona. You know, somebody will come on the radio and say that. You may know that somebody come on the radio and say, well, the best goalkeeper, under 20 goalkeeper is in Jamaica, he's plays for Mona. So I think the process has to be transparent. So at the end of the day, the 20 or 25 best players is selected. I know the window is short, but I think a good effort should be made to have the best 20 players possible select for the team.
So, management, here's my thing to the caller. And this is why sometimes I might beat the GFF itinerary. It's been 2 years, right? It's going to be 2 years when it comes up. And I don't know why it is that we're always in a mad rush at the last minute. So for me, the identification, the recruitment, the getting of passports must be a continuous thing for all age groups of players. Because, let me give an example, right? Has Zach Lovelace, who everybody was excited about, who is in the Rangers first team. He doesn't start, he comes on sometimes in European games and stuff. Has he completed the process of getting his passport? Has he been facilitated, or because he couldn't make it to the under 17 1 year ago, January, we forget about him and he's now not available for the under 20? Right? Those are questions I have.
What I'd prefer to do, Ketara, is stick to
Yes,
what
sir.
we know.
Stick to what we know?
Yeah, because
Okay.
what I don't want us to be doing is bringing up things that we don't know the answer for and discuss them like speculation. So until we know what the Zach Lovelace situation is, if he's playing for England or somewhere else, let's not discuss that because we don't know
Yeah, he
that.
has played for England.
There you go.
It's not that we don't know. But playing for England at under 17 doesn't make you ineligible to represent Jamaica at under 20.
Really?
No, it doesn't.
Really?
No, it does not.
Really?
It does not.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
Keep saying really.
I'm just saying, is that really so? That when you play under 17 now for a country, you can still switch?
Yes.
Didn't the FIFA change that, Cataract?
Change that when?
Okay.
No, because I know of players who have switched allegiance. I know there was.
All right.
Hold on now.
Cataract, let me just help you now. Let me just help you a little. All right. Firstly, before we discuss it again, I believe that rule have changed. But we can check to see if it is in effect already or it's going to be in effect. But I'm almost certain that it was changed recently. That you're not allowed to switch. And I remember I did a show on it. That even if you're playing the CONCACAF tournament, you can't change again. That's it. I remember doing a show this year on it when that new rule came up. But again, I will verify it and come back to you because I don't want to say it and discuss it when we don't have the facts surrounding it. All right? We want to keep the show that way. All right, but caller,
one last thing, man.
Yeah, man.
The last time you and Canada had a discussion about the Constitution surrounding the election date. Were you able to listen to that recent Sportsmac post about a law firm say the current JFF board is unconstitutional? Have you had a chance to listen to that clip?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And what's your opinion in the whole matter?
I don't fully agree. And then for me, because one of the issues I have with I'm very careful of what I consume where this is concerned, because the person was announced as part of the other slate. What I know though is that today there is supposed to be some board of directors meet, because my point is this, that the vice president is a part of the board that makes the decision, and he's the one running. So let me say it this way again.
But you don't.
Huh?
Man, certain rules and regulations are to be passed by the Congress.
Which Congress? The Congress is made up of the board.
No board can just.
Sir, all right. I don't know what
you can call action on ordinary Congress.
No man. Let me tell you this. I don't know how Antigua does it. I can tell you how it is done in Jamaica. The vice president, the present vice president, Raymond Anderson, Bruce Gaynor, Peter Reid, Mike Ricketts, the president, they were all a part of signing off on this. And he's not running. So my thing is, if the president is unconstitutional in his approach, so too is the vice president. And that is what I'm saying. If one cannot participate because of this, the other cannot, because both of them are a part of the same board, because the president nor the vice president can make the decision by themselves. That is how Jamaica runs. I don't know it is in Antigua, but the constitution of the Jamaica Football Federation, that is how it is.
Yeah, but man is man. The question about the constitutionality, as I understood it, and I hope it keep talking on the 20, is to do with the mandate of the board and whether the board, which includes the vice presidents, some of whom are seeking re-election, have overstayed their constitutional welcome.
But that's
that to me, right?
I am saying,
but it's not to say that they can't participate in the election. It is to do with whether the board's term ended on September the 15th, 4 years after they were elected, or it ended in December 2023, which should be 1 year after the last annual Congress. But either way, I believe, as was said on Sportsmax, any attempt to hold an election in 2024 would contravene. This program is not about constitution, and let me just stick to it under 20.
No man, I'm responding to what the caller says, because that is a part I have an issue with. Whether the election being in 2024 is not an issue, because we don't know that the election is going to be in 2024. So I don't want to discuss that. What I'm saying is that if the president is in breach and is unfit based on the constitution, then all the vice presidents are in the same position, because all of them sign off on all decisions. That is all I am saying enough. So the rule would remove all of them, not one of them. That's my only position. But Mirak has responded to the thing. He says, I am sure sports, you can still switch if you play for a country in the U20's, but you can't switch back at older ages. What changed was the CONCACAF U15 and U17 became FIFA sanctioned. Okay, so what he's saying is that previously you could play in these things and it would not. But now when you play in these regional tournaments, it is counted as a FIFA thing, so your nationality is recognized. Thank you for that.
Thank you. That's what I understood, because I was going to say to you, I think there's a play at Aston Villa, and it happens a lot in England between Ireland and Scotland. Youth players who switch allegiance after playing under 17, they go and play under 20 for Wales or Ireland or Scotland.
Yeah. But what I'd also say, Ketara,
I'd love for you to look it up and confirm, but thank Mirak for that intervention, because we all need to know the correct information, right? Because we don't want to proceed on supposition, right? But what I'm saying is if the rules remain the same, whatever the thing, and I'm not going to speak to Zach Lovelace or his father or anybody. I'm just saying that players who were not able to get their documentation in time for the under 17, I would like to know when Mr. Speed comes on or the General Secretary comes on, because it just seems to me, man, let me be honest, there's a void and there's a gap that it seems that nobody has responsibility for that. So Mr. Speed will say the technical committee, we're just responsible for policy. And the Gen Sec would say, well...
But let me ask you, if Mr. Speed, sorry, let me just ask you this. Sometimes we're having a conversation, all right? I can't let you go all the way to the end of your thing if there's something to interject. Say Mr. Speed got highly involved in the process, helps with the expediting of the process, and 10 of those players get through the system and he begins to answer to it. And then you see those players in the team. Would it also not suggest that he is interfering in the selection?
All right, so let me go again. I start by saying, and that's why when they interrupt me and I don't finish a sentence, it leaves the sentence midway and gives a whole totally different color to what I'm trying to say, right? I am not saying Mr. Speed must interfere with the thing. I'm saying that the technical committee, and through its head, has said that it's involved in policy. It's not involved in pulling together the pool, which is what I thought and I believed that it should have a role in. The General Secretary says, oh, my office doesn't get involved with dealing with players because that's a matter for the technical committee. So there's an organizational gap for those people who study organizations, that there's a big crack where something is falling through. Somewhere in the JFF, in my opinion, someone or some department or committee needs to be more likely someone, a person responsible for following through and tracking, because we can't afford to have talents fall through the cracks, right? That's my only point. And as I'm not saying if Mr. Speed must go get people. No, I believe that whoever is directed to do it, to say, okay, these 5 players here, they were ineligible, based on they weren't able to make the under 17. Department X, where there's the human, they have an HR department there at the JFF. Let me give a suggestion. The HR department in JFF can do that work, because the players are employed to the JFF, if you want to speak, and HR recruitment is a function of human resource management. So let me people say I always criticize without giving suggestions. I'm going to give another suggestion. The HR department of the JFF, get cracking and get to work. Once players are in the process, if there's a hiccup and they can't make a team, you continue the engagement, the tracking, and working with them on the recruitment side of it, not selection, because the selection is the total and full purview of whomever the head coach and his technical team is.
So the one thing I'll say to you, you then would have to be aware of the pool of players that John Wall, who is the under 20 coach, will or have recruited, to find out if, like you said, persons now within the JFF is helping them through the system. That is how it has to work. So and that's what I'm saying, that it's hard to have discussion when you don't have the information. So if the coach is responsible for that, then Mr. Wall would have to say, listen, I have these 10,000 players, I have these 400 players, I have these 30 players, I have these 40 players that I'd like to look at. And then when he presents those, then there should be a department to help to process their documentation. That's it. However, if Cataract has 10 names and I give them to say, I should not be giving them to, or I should not be giving them to Mr. Speed or to that department. The coach gets those names. It is up to the coach. to determine which 20, which 30, which 10. Mark you may have a database of 400. The coach may not want to look at nobody on your database. And that's fine. It is the coach who must create whatever database he has and say, listen, can you help to bring these people through the system? No, some may not. But until we know who the coach, then we have to just, we can't say anything. We can't. Go ahead.
So then what's the point of having a conversation if we can't say anything? Because none of us, I don't know anybody, neither in the chat nor myself, who is intimately involved with the coach in the selection. What I'm coming back to is a principle which says that Cataract's database, I don't know how it come back to my database.
I said my database.
No, I'm saying, I didn't know you kept a database, but I heard Cataract database.
And I said
but
my
I'm just saying, I'm speaking about players who emerged and were clearly evaluated by the, let's say, the under 17, right? Because I think there was Zach Lovelace, there was Cuba Mitchell, and there was another player I remember who were scrambling to try and get their documentation. One got injured, right? I think that was the youth in Sunderland, right? There's another one at Birmingham, and there was Zach. Those are the three that I remember. I also remember Jamal Mohammed, because I had put his name forward as someone who was was on a database, who stood out, a centre back at West Bromwich Albion, who I know now has a long-term injury out until the end of the season. But for me, that doesn't stop you from progressing and trying to bring the citizenship and passport process to a finality. So I would love to see the citizenship and passport separated from the technical selection, and the coach has to analyze the statistics. He will look at game tape. You know, the two things are separate. One is an administrative process and one is a technical process in my head. And I think because they are so nearly married is where the line of demarcation causes a problem.
And what I'm saying to you, Cataract, is that has to begin with the coach of the team. So let's work. I'm just using what you said. Some players were scrambling to get their thing through the process for the under 17.
Yes, sir.
Okay? For whatever reason, they weren't able to get it through in time or on time.
Well, let's talk about the facts. The High Commission was closed for Christmas.
The High Commission was closed for Christmas, and so because of that, it wasn't done. Yes. It is still the prerogative of the coach now to determine whether or not those players, though they were working so hard, will be a part of his database. So if I had a database in a Cataract, here's what I would do. I would reach out to John Wall and give him the database. I would say, listen, here are some players that I know that can play under 20. Here are the names. Here are the clubs. Here is that. I need to find a way to get it to him. So I would just say, Mr. Speed, can I send it to John Wall? Copy him on this. Or can I get an email for John Wall and copy on it? It's not that complicated. Why is it? Because here's what you believe, Cataract, and this is part of the thing, right? Here's what I think you believe. You have worked so diligently to create your database that I don't want to just share my database with John Wall like that, You need to talk to me so I can give. I don't know. So you have a database. You have 400 players. 30 of them. However you found out that. Why not in November, when the team is in Jamaica, John Wall is going to be here. You have met him before. So listen, I have these 20 names on a database. I would like to share them with you. Can I? That's not difficult to do.
So
you have even met with the coach. So why is it that you can't call them and say, I'm going to send you a database of players under 20? What is the issue with that?
So here's the thing. You're presuming that I have not.
Okay, so why are you bringing it up if you have not sent it?
No, and I'm saying again that, but it's not. This is not about the data. Oh God, how we reach the cataract data? I don't want nothing to do with it. So to take my name out of it, I'm talking about a process with players who were in the system, the JFF system, who could not make the last squad. So I don't know how we get back to databases. First of all, in my database, when I have export it to Excel because they couldn't open it. Because I'm going to use Excel. We use a database system, which I'm sure they don't have, right? Because you have to pay for it to keep the thing, or I don't know if they have. But you do understand, though, that, and I'm going to say this again, I do not like the informality, because I will say this again. Someone in the JFF needs to do this work. They must be a new organization. Hold on, man.
Ketara, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, boss.
So let me just ask you a question. There is Mr. Chung, Mr. Speed speaks about the human resource capacity failure in the JFF. What they will oftentimes say is that they don't have all and enough human resource capacity to do all the functions. That is why I decided I'd give some time to help. That is why a lot of people on the national senior team volunteer their time. I am saying, why then you don't apply or ask to do it, seeing that there's no one there to do it, and provide the service at no cost, except they cover the expenses for doing it. Like if you have to print and all of those things. Why can't you do that and say, listen, I can do this part?
Let me think on that. Because let me think on that. Because I would have thought it's the other way around, that someone would reach out and say, listen.
Nobody reached out to me. I reach out to them.
Nobody reached out to you?
No, I reach out to them and say, listen, you guys need some help. Is there anything that I can help you with? And they said, listen,
JFF, you need some help. Is there anything Cataract can help you with?
No, you're trying to ridicule.
And I'm being serious enough. Because I know they watch these programs, because I've heard them say they watch your program.
Call and talk to somebody. Get involved in the process.
They would accept Cataract call. I think I'm viewed little more than a hooligan. I am viewed little more than a banner hanging hooligan in the stadium.
Have you ever met with the men's senior national coach?
Yes, I have.
All right. Have you ever had good conversations with him?
Very good conversations with him.
Have you ever spoken to John Wall?
Yes.
Okay. Have you spoken to Mr. Speed?
Oh no.
You have never spoken to Mr. Speed?
I've spoken to him up until
yesterday.
The Anthony Grant. I speak to him publicly. Yes. But right. Okay. No, I speak to the coach. I have a lot of tremendous respect for the coach. My conversations with John Wall have been very cursory.
The point I'm making, you have spoken to enough people to get involved in the process. So why haven't you done that?
Because, listen, so I view it a slightly different way.
Did PNP call you and ask you to be in the PNP, or you just say me a socialist and more help?
I was at the Hilton Hotel and they were launching the Patriots, and they said, there's a group of you in suit and tie who look like professionals. Could you come and join the meeting? And I went. And
that included you?
That included me.
Looking professional, in suit and tie. Welcome to the Call Online. Caller, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Caller, big up yourself.
Yeah, this is Cataract, man. This is yourself, Cataract. And management, you make some very good point. Cataract, I would really, as the management said, so forth, you can.
Cataract don't make any good points.
Okay. So you, Cataract, and she say you have a lot of great ideas, Cataract. So go and put it to the board and step forward and go into it. But when you go into it, you can't bring politics into it, because me and you is a politician where we all bring politics in everything. So, but we can't do that. You have to just roll upon it and don't go politics, because yesterday I was listening to you and
everything you say, I know politics. I know politics. So it's like his politics they was playing with. You was playing yesterday. Well, away from that still, as your man say, you can go forward and do that because I come down to Jamaica for 3 days because I just fly down for that conference and I come back up
Hey,
and I come back down
Soldier man,
December.
go up on the football business, man. Around here, go up on the football.
So may I say, so man is man the youth from Tottenham when me send to you when we contact. When you contact him yet, he look a 18-year-old youth.
You send to me?
Yeah, me send you the picture, me send you everything and say to you, say the parents and say somebody if you reach out to him and me send everything to you. Me send it to you more than one time.
From to me?
You say in could and you say to me, say he will go in at the under 20, not the under 23 program. He can be 18, so he can go in at the under 20 program.
May I go through a message from Soldier?
You know.
But what on
send to you long
Soldier.
time. Remember.
This is
man.
No, I hear you, man. So let me go to your message, Soldier.
Man, search your message.
No.
Just I don't hear that.
No, man. No matter how long you send it, me have it.
Okay, all right. Well, you have it in there. You will see name everything.
Me have no player from Tottenham from you, but me continue checking.
Maybe no, you will find it fine. You have everything message for me. You will see it. Maybe to a Tottenham, you don't really like because them man when they come on to Tottenham and Arsenal, you know, them man are serious, you know.
But I'm surprised. He tried to tell us that Noah Cooper was too old.
You see, no man is man. You see?
No.
Noah Cooper is an Arsenal player, so it could be just me.
There's a player from Tottenham. Who came to Jamaica.
No, man, continue look, man, because I'm sending it to you.
All right, resend it. There's a player from Tottenham who recently came to Jamaica. Dante Casanova. That he's
no, Dante Casanova. I know him that not. And the parents, the grandmother talked to me and tell I come and me send it to you immediately. I think about 2 months ago.
All right, resend it to me. Let me reach out.
Now go look. If me have it.
Soji, can I give you a suggestion? When you're coming down, if there's any space in your carry-on, where the belly is, right? If there's any space in the carry-on, bring the documents down and enter them at PICA. No, you can only, we have to have an authorization letter, right? That can only work for the citizenship.
We can get in touch with, we can get back in touch with the grandmother and then anything at all. Them become me have no authority letter to do that. Man say, when you do, not tell man is man, not tell man is man again. Man is man. You need to tell Mr. Speed. Well, Mr. Speed is a man we can talk to still. Because Mr. Speed, people say have this type of anger system, but you know, me not really know him that well still. Me not see it in him still because when he talk to him, he tell me the truth. And if he say me talk to him, he tell me the truth. You know.
So Soji, you're just dismissing what I said. And earlier we had a psychiatrist come on the program and speak to us that we must try to work together. I'm saying to you, if you're speaking to the grandfather and they have all the documentation necessary,
the
grandmother, and they have the documentation, meaning they have her birth certificate, they have the father or the mother birth certificate, and they have the player birth certificate and his ID, right? They can give you an authorization letter to apply for the citizenship. You won't be able to apply for the passport, right? But you can apply for the citizenship. Because it's his first passport, the passport the person who is applying has to be there in person, right? Although you can appeal to the JFF if the FICA to say that this is a professional footballer and, you know, that. But I know that for citizenship, you can bring the 5 pieces of document that are necessary. And if the name is a problem,
management, more if it management, I'm not if it talk Mr. Speed with that. You see,
why Mr. Speed?
When we come at Jamaica, when I'm not at because like how management did it, him have more connection more than you would. So now I say to him, say, I want him to make Mr. Speed come down there and give one identification. That means so no one go by anyone at the club them. We can show them as a pass that they will allow me to pick up on the ground. You understand?
Oh, you want the ID from JFF for use in America. But I thought we were talking about the Tottenham player, so I withdraw.
We are talking about America. America coming at this type of America.
No, but you can go anywhere in the world. If you have a JFF ID that says that you are a JFF official, you can go America, you can go Canada, you can go England, you can go Spain, you can go anywhere.
No. What I'm talking about, you see, all right. You see, if you just go over Arsenal ground like that, Arsenal security, you can't just drive in an Arsenal ground like Carrington like that. If they don't know, we don't know if upper leagues, if you can drive in a league like that, just drive like that. But you can't do that. I'm Old Trafford,
You try to drive into Leeds, we buckle you from up on the M62. Because we know you're a Man United supporter. Do not drive to come to Leeds. Don't do it.
No.
Don't not do it. You talk serious. You talk serious. It has to be somebody else. Because if we even see you have a Reading pen in your pocket, a problem.
So there are two different things, right? Two different things. So let me just break it down. What Cataract is suggesting to you is that how you can help is that seeing that you're coming to Jamaica, you already have contact with this player. You don't need to go over by his training ground. You already know his ground.
No, I know that, man. Me understand that when I say, but when come up with them, not talk to grandparents. No, but
the second thing that you're saying is that there are some Premier League players that you want to be able to go over by the Arsenal ground to talk to Reece Nelson personally, right? To say, right. And for you to do that, you're saying that, you don't mind going to London, but when you go there, you can't just go through the Arsenal gate like that. You need an ID from the JFF to do that. I am saying that what may happen though is that wouldn't it be wiser, I think, for the JFF to look at just a question like the Paul Hall, the Fitzroy Simpson, the Ricardo Gardner, the Ricardo. The Marcus. Wouldn't that be a better suggestion for them? While yours can work, and then if they say no, then it's all right, Soldier, bam, can you do this? You understand me? That's what
I think the difference, management. Soldier, beg you 1 second. I think the difference management might be with Soji is that those persons are affiliated with a club. They're registered, so they have access to go into training grounds because they can go and scout players. So they already have access to go to where they need to go, and they have the clearance and those kind of things, right? Or maybe I don't want the Queen's Park Rangers or the 21 coach coming into Arsenal at my thing to go talk to my player. But a man from the JFF like Soji, who not affiliated in terms of the coaching structure and recruitment structure of an England club, maybe he might get a better reception. I just put that out there.
Okay. All right.
Remember this way now. Remember this way, management. When captain was there, you see?
Yeah, well, me know you can do them thing there now. Maybe you have more, like Jason said, maybe you have more time to do it than the other people. So
you must say to you, when captain was there, when captain give me a pass that time. When the guy from Portland was the general secretary at the time.
Raymond Grandman. You tell us that already, man. Me know that, man. Me just
Right. So if we can get back something like that when we have access to go good. That time we can see a player, we have to ask someone not need this, go to the play and talk and see what
you do. You lost the pass?
You know.
You ask if you lost it. So because it's the same JFF.
You know, same JFF, but different administration. So when different administrations come, because you have to understand different administration, you know. So every man run anything different, because we can go somewhere and a person
No, man, what he's asking, Soldier, is if you still have that pass.
I have to look in that one and me drive if me find it. If me find it, me can show you where it look like.
No, not to show. What he can do, what you then would need is just a simple communication.
What
so
he's
you
saying is that why you couldn't continue to use that pass if you have it.
All right. When the new president comes, I don't tell me same did not get an next one from me because different administration. Listen, man, is man, then you can say something. Mr. Donwell said to me, say, him going to talk to the president that we can get a different one, because if suppose somebody go over there on the phone and your phone management, as the management, you know, Soji and management say no. So right away them come.
No, but they would call Mr. Donwell.
Hold on. Soldier. All right, Soldier. You have to listen sometimes. All right. If you find the pass and you have the pass, all you will need after that is confirmation or verification of who you are to the persons at the GFF that they can use the pass. We are not right. I understand that if you go there and says I am Soldier 17, they may say no. I said the GFF, and they call the GFF and say we don't know him. We understand that, but the first thing is, if you have the pass, you can say, Manins, I have the pass. Then I can probably call Mr. Speed and say, Mr. Speed, you know that Soldier wants to go by Elan Road, or you want to go. You understand me?
No.
You want to go.
We can't guarantee his safety if he comes to Elan Road.
Right.
Or Main Road. Right I said Main Road. He wants to go to Main Road.
Main Road, yeah. You need approval. And then I can say what he needs is approval. So if the club decides to call, you can say that that's it. But can you at least find the pass? So we know that, okay.
Yeah, I will
Can I give you another suggestion, man?
I use that, you know. Only me have it in a join and some document still. A long time that, you know.
Can I give you a part B, a plan B? Then Mannings, if he finds the pass, maybe you could speak to Wendell Downswell and say, Mr. Downswell, Soji wants to be reactivated. So seek the approval that he can go ahead and continue to use the pass that he has in order to help with the engagement of players.
Yeah, but I mean, we can also speak to Mr. We always talk to Mr. Speed, where we are going to try to search Mr. Downswell. And we talk to Mr. Chung and Mr. Speed.
Okay. No, man, I withdraw.
Oh, you see, cataract. You see, Mannings man, no, you know what I'm doing, you know. It in technical, sometimes, but more time you give him a hard time to, you know, cataract.
So, was it my idea that you go search? Was it my idea that you go search the pass where you have?
No,
and then you give Mannings back. You don't say you're not giving no credit under the style, Soji.
Cataract. One and have to decide if one talk, me I go stop, you know. If two and can't talk at the same time, you know. Nothing way and Soldier say a while ago the people them here, you know.
No, I said I like when you okay, all right. I said Cataract, I like when you're on the program, because when you're on the program you make I laugh, because when the man them come and say something to you sometimes they like step on your toes. So I like that, Cataract. So you remind me how Donald Trump steal when Donald Trump make the thing lively. Go ahead, Cataract.
Go ahead. You see Cataract, the man say go ahead. Your time now for talk. See how easy, man. You can go and talk, Soldier. In battery dead. In retreat.
yeah. Cataract, that is Cataract, man. So yeah, man. So them thing them I say, well, I don't know. So when the youth tournament starting, Mannings, man.
When the youth tournament starting February next year, but them probably going to be engaged in some games and stuff in the window, because that's what they remember. That is what John Wall had said, that he's going to begin to use the international breaks to play, to engage the U20 team. So the expectation is that you will see the U20's playing over this window. Yeah.
So, Marins, I want to ask you something. I want to suggest something because you raised a question. There's nothing that says. So, would you think it might be a good idea? Or I think it's a good idea. Maybe the under 20 coach needs to have 2 assistants or 3 assistant coaches, right? Maybe somebody volunteering, but a voluntary assistant coach, because you say people must just volunteer.
No, Keter, I did not say people must just volunteer.
Yes. You extol the benefit of. Did you just extol the benefit of voluntarism or the virtues of voluntarism?
All right, Keter, that is all you want to.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm suggesting that maybe a voluntary assistant under 20 coach in the United States or North America, call it, for United States and Canada, and if anybody in Mexico, a voluntary 3-month engagement, because you have to be official in the United Kingdom, and 1 in Jamaica, so that he has eyes and ears in the 3 key places. That's the only way I see it working. And so that when a window comes up, an under 20 team can be playing in the North America, right? Maybe the day after or within the window, as the team that's playing in Europe. That's the only reasonable solution I see for it. Multiple teams have to go play multiple games. And he then sits down and looks at the footage and gets the report back from the coaches. That's my thinking. The other suggestion I would make is that and you're going to say to me, I don't know it's already happening. So if it's already happening, please ignore. Is that there are a number of former Jamaican reggae boys who are already coaches in the under 21, in the age group for the clubs. That if he could hold a conference with them, a conference call or a meeting or a lunch, if he goes across to England, there's Dion Burton, I know for sure, Paul Hall at Queen's Park Rangers, to say, look, are there any players that you, in your setup, one, but maybe I have, let's say True Grant. I have this name True Grant given by Cataract, but it's a Cataract, it's no good more time. Can you tell me if you have come up against this player and what are his strengths and his weaknesses? Do you think he would fit into, I'm looking for this? And they talk the football speak. I mean, I understand progression and thirds and channels and goalkeeper we can use them foot and so he will know what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for a goalkeeper that is can use his foot more than he's looking for a shot stopper. I don't know, but they can have those technical discussions and say, all right, keep an eye out for me. And if you come across the player, if your club plays him, just give him back a short report. Or if you buck up anybody who you think might be. Because at the age group level, it is more difficult than the senior level because there is a wider pool of players. So one man alone can't attack it. That is my 2 suggestions.
Okay. John Wall was in England recently. And he met with past players, including Ricardo Gardner, for the said purpose that you just suggested. And remember, the coach also went there as well, Coach Al Grimson, to meet with past players about that same thing. And come January, we have something big with another past player and a Premier League club that I can't reveal some of the details yet, but we're hoping to have an interview for him to speak about it on the platform. Yeah,
So I like what you're saying, but maybe I'm not fair. But is Ricardo Gardner coaching a under 18 or under 20 team? Because what I'm referring to are the players who are coaching.
He's not, but when the coach was going there, he met with him because Ricardo Gardner dialogues with the players. I don't know if you know this, but in terms of relationship, Ricardo Gardner is the one who probably has the most bonds in terms of past players over that side that he relates to. So he's able, so that was the reason why I met. He's like the point person. It doesn't mean that he is the one who is coaching, but he's the one who can get all of those persons who you talk as part of any sort of coaching, recruiting kind of thing. Player recruiting, yeah. But we only have around 9 minutes to go because West Ham and Arsenal playing.
Sometimes you have some past players and we really say yes, but it's just like what Adam was saying, Sunday night, me and Gary Neville then there at dinner, we was starting and I was mentioning some stuff. Never mentioning it pan here when we said it. But what I'm saying, was talking about it and me was looking into something with the people in Jamaica now when I see Jamaican people say they need a lot of changing in the
So Soji, hold on. Sorry, Soji. Me have to ask you this before you continue.
Like I said, we finish now. So I was saying, when people like Manningsman and the next guy, they were going to the JFF, and the people say they want change. Me say to the man in because on the talk show, let me say to them, and me say, and we continue to say, me say, on son need change, and the person ain't going to, and a lick out pan the man. Can't do that. If you know, you're supposed to support them, and hope them can come and carry somebody else with them, like even Cataract alongside you, Cataract come have a saying to, and you support him, meanwhile him did it, don't lick out, boy, Cataract all do this, man, no, them okay disease, no. Make the man them did it and support them. You say you want change. So if you not have people coincide it, how you gonna get change? How you gonna get change?
So you said to Gary Neville about management.
No,
we just want to understand. You said you want Gary Neville and what a reason. A big man talk, and you said to him, say, the same thing. So you mentioned management. Gary Neville. That sounds like a splice dub. That sounds like it's splice. Hold on. No. Let me respect you. Is that the same Gary Neville that play right back for Manu, or is just a youth when named Gary Neville when live at Manchester?
I was trying to stop the man, you know. I was trying to stop.
We was talking about something when a person they want change. We was talking about Manchester business when people they want change in the club.
Soji.
I'm using that example.
Soji. How do you talk? Like when you're talking to Gary Neville?
Like, no, me not use it. Me not talk like how I talk to you know. Me talk as Spanish can understand, you know. Slow down my speech. So, when I speak, me no want to come on the phone and come and that people say, boy, soldier twang now and them type of thing. No. When I talk to Jamaican people, we speak to Jamaican just like Jamaican, but when I speak to Englishman, we speak to the Englishman as an Englishman.
All right. I want you to talk to us because we in Jamaica, we speak English, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when Richard speak English. So you can speak English when you call? Start talking English from now. Or speaking English.
I mean, if I can speak, if I can speak in English, man.
No, me never say.
No, he's saying to you, can you begin from now? Can you start the transformation into Lieutenant Soji of the paratroopers? That's if you can begin communicating to us in English, that's what he's saying. If you can speak the king's language, and so everyone internationally can understand, that's what he's asking.
It's not the queen language no more, Canada. It's the king language now. It's the king language, not the queen.
All right.
Have you spoken to the king?
All right.
Have you spoken to the king? Because I heard David Beckham is going to Hold on, I just heard that David Beckham is having a meal with the king. So I wonder if you, because I know you're close to man, and I think I'll get out thing. Because you might remember me, but me remember you.
All right. So, Soldier, before we close, right, because I'm going to take Mr. United thought here. But, all right, here's what I'm saying. Pretend like
Mr. United, you can take Mr. United talk. No, you can take Mr. United talk, man. It's okay. You can take Mr. United
No,
talk.
man,
I don't have a problem with it.
No, Soldier, easy no, man. He just said something, I'm going to read it and then respond. All I'm saying to you is that I'd love to hear you. I'd love to hear what your English accent sound like, you know?
Okay, well, you will hear it. You will hear it when I come down and see you face to face.
No,
face
man,
to face,
no.
then you will hear it and you will see. Well, you can. Well, if you want to know my real ask, you can ask Mr. Downfield by him. He come in England and he
No, Soldier, why? Soldier, why don't we ask Mr. Downfield on the phone?
No. Because as I said, I don't like to come out, and when I speak into my Jamaican, I speak certain ways. So that's the reason.
Oh, you're sounding
different
now, you know. You're sounding a little different now, you know.
There is no evidence.
No, I can sound a lot different.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to come and people said, oh, so just baby knows way. Here it's coming and twanging. No, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Well, the English, the Mancunians are complaining that you're twanging because that don't sound like a Manchester accent. So something right, Soldier. Something right. You sure everybody, whether they there and the paratroopers, them understand the commands you give? Some man run left when you tell them run right. Have to hear it, Project.
What I'm saying to Cataract, what I'm saying to you, Cataract.
Cataract.
Sometimes if one of my friends, my fellow Jamaican is there and I don't want to guide them to understand, we just speak very fast. That's they don't understand what we said. That's how it goes.
Okay, all right, understood.
You understand?
Right. So Mr. United is saying, with all due respect to Manning and the Costa Cup players, most of the players that will be playing for Canada, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico are professionals. All right, so yeah, and I agree, but I'm saying that the players that we're calling, you know, like Adrian Reed Jr., he plays for Cavaliers and he's going to be playing in the next round. So he may play against Messi. Messi is playing for Inter Miami in that game, and so too Rolando Barrett and Christopher Andrew. So they are playing professional football. So that is what I am saying. So there are some of the players who are playing professionally, though they are playing schoolboy football. I don't like it, you know, and I would not. I heard somebody say it yesterday, and this is what I do. The clubs should be able to help these kids in school to the point where they can say to them, do not play any schoolboy football. But because some of them depend on their schools, I think that is the problem. Some of them depend on the schools, so they end up playing for the school. But Arsenal, West Ham is playing right now. It is coming up to the 3-hour mark. So I want to thank you as usual, Soldier, for always calling, giving your input. Find that ID for me, please. Find that ID for me.
And next time, give us an update on Mason Greenwood. Give us an update on Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, Mason Greenwood's in Spain, yeah.
Yeah, but remember, you had him talking, man, differently in your Mancunian accent now. You would get put in the Mancunian accent, fam.
You man, give you an update, Cataract.
He's in Spain.
Yeah. That's
right. You know, chat to him again. So somebody that they are Manchester United, man, in the under 20 where we can think about why you there, Herbie.
Why you going to bring up the discussion and know when the show end, man?
And you said I must keep on topic. So I'm keeping on topic.
People, best of themselves. We have come to the end of this.
Knock them out, yeah, Mikel Antonio. Knock them out.
One day you must of the year you must come and talk to me about politics. So here when me and you talking, we can reason about politics of the year, one a day, okay?
Just don't wear your green clocks around me.
All right, I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. You know how it is when it gets to this point of the show.
Get my number from management, Cataract. And give me a call.
Cataract, him do a private conversation. You know, with men. So him don't want, you know.
Don't want that politics. We don't want you put your politics on your show, management. No, we know you don't want that.
Yeah, man. All right, so
I don't want that. I want to talk to you. Some stuff. Yeah.
I am management. This has been I Am Sure
Man,
Sports.
come.
When it gets to this time of the show, we say we're over and out. But before I go to the people, hit the like button, subscribe, and share before you go. Please do that. Let's get us to 100 likes before you go. If you have not hit the like button, go ahead and do so. Have a wonderful rest of the day and be safe.
Yo, watch about dog. SK New Erdis. The body out there. Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.